Cities, Town Square Media is proud to present to you the best Quad City sports talk radio show in the world. With the face who runs the place, T-Roy, the OG on the marquee, Jaybird, and the cat who runs the chat with the stats, Statman Surge. We are Don't Hassle Us, We're Local. We're not a Quad City sports talk radio show. We're not the Quad City sports talk radio show. We are your Quad City sports talk radio show. Welcome to the conversation, Quad Cities. But first, the dawn.
Holy cow, it is Monday, Quad Cities. It is back. We are back. Everything's going well. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Mr. Rogers' movie's coming out. I mean, Serge, how do you feel over there?
I'm feeling great, buddy. How are you?
And I know Jay's feeling good. I've been talking to him. And we are Don't Hassle Us or Local. We're here in the Hassle Castle on AM 1170, by golly. And if you're out there in Facebook land, we're there too. So you can follow us. You just have to try not to. I know I've been running into a lot of fans that sorry. It's all right. Go Stone Cold.
Got a little trigger habit there.
A few of our fans have not been able to find us yet on 1170 because, maybe I think we need a billboard out there letting everybody know where we're at now. So I think we know someone that can make that happen.
Okay.
So I think we need to let people know where we're at somehow, some way.
All right.
That's the only problem. That's the only thing I heard. Oh, what happened to you guys? I can't even get sports now. I said, no, it's on 1170. Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Not that they're ding-dongs for not knowing that. I guess some people just don't know to look to AM. So, hey, we'll just, we'll figure it all out.
Yeah, that internet is a strange thing that you can use on your phone and anything else. But
hey. Jay.
Hey, hopefully they're tuning into 1170 AM now. Like you said.
I don't care how we get them. As long as we get them one way or another.
Get some push notifications on your phone. I'd sent out a couple today. Obviously, one big one I'm sure you heard on your drive over here today. A little breaking news in the NFL.
Well, two breaking news is.
Yeah,
how do you say
both that? Of them breaking. Both
involve a break of some sort.
Was his thumb or is it a ligament on Drew Brees?
I think it was a broken thumb. Surgery either way.
Yeah.
And Big Ben elbow
done for the season.
Done for the season.
Per Mike Tomlin.
Is he retired?
Boo. That's a good question, to be honest with you. He's not going to retire, but...
Think?
No. Meanwhile, Tom Brady's still just fine. He's pristine. He's not broken.
He's pristine?
Yeah, he's not broken at all.
He's not broken at all?
No, so big weekend, obviously. Saturday, I mean, dear Lord. 2 rain delays, right?
That was something else. But hey...
2 weather delays. Let's see.
One gimmick play touchdown. Iowa defense was a little beat up. I think the delays helped Iowa State a lot. Iowa fought back. They could have just punched some of those field goals into the end zone. Different game altogether. But Hawkeyes come out victorious because what happened? A garbage team made errors.
Yeah, well, I guess it was going to come down to turnovers. I mean, you can say that every time. Whoever has the less turnovers is going to win. 2 weather delays, total of 2 hours and 55 minutes. The first one, 49 minutes. The second delay lasted 2 hours and 6 minutes. It was only the second time in Iowa history that Iowa's experienced an in-game weather delay. The last time was in Iowa City against Tennessee Tech in 2011. But, and the reason why, and I did text you, T-Roy, and I said I think these delays have actually helped Iowa State a lot more than Iowa. And if you look at also Kakert's tweet about the number of plays that the defense for Iowa has been on the field all season, they're very low. The time of possession that Iowa's put together is averaging 36 minutes per game. That is 6th in the nation for time of possession.
Yeah.
And they're only separated from the number 1 spot by 1 minute. So if they continue to do that, and that's where I think the delay came from, even though it's only in the first half, I just think keep putting the pressure on that defense, and eventually tired legs are going to happen. The secondary in Iowa was beat up. Congrats. DJ Johnson was recognized as a freshman of the week. He's a co-freshman of the week by the Big Ten. DJ Johnson, he led the team in tackles. And there's a reason for it, though. It was his first start. They targeted him. He had 8 tackles, 6 of them solo, 2 assists, and he had 2 pass breakups. And he also had a very, very big pass interference call that he was lucky that the offsides by the Iowa State offense made that pass interference offsetting. Or else he might be the one that we're looking at instead of number 2 from Iowa State. Iowa State is the number 2 from Iowa State, and I should look this up. I know his name. And someone, hopefully on the Harrington's Pub Facebook comment thread, knows his name, and I don't want to say it in a way of being derogatory. But 2 things that stood out. One, obviously, the punt that he just basically obliterated his punt return guy and created the fumble. And the other one, if you look at Brandon Smith, there's great photos out there. Brandon Smith is hurdling him on another play where he went low and Smith went high. So the guy got posterized and then embarrassed himself. So happy to see that Keith Duncan is going to be the special teams player of the week for the Big Ten. So he had 4 field goals yesterday. Obviously, the biggest one, the 39-yarder, with 4:51 left in the fourth quarter. So far, he's 8 for 8 of the year. A couple other things that's important to know. The Iowa Hawkeyes continued their streak of scoring in every quarter this season. So that's 12 straight quarters they have scored a touchdown in. Wasn't surprised to see them, even though Iowa State deferred Iowa to take the ball. Stanley threw for 222 yards. He passed Vandenberg and Sherman for the most passing yards in school history. But still, his numbers over passes at 20 yards or more. I think it's 16 yards or more. The numbers are not good. Majority of his passes are less than, 7 yards. But this is a 5th straight win for Iowa in the series. It's the longest streak since winning 15 in a row from 1983 to 1997. 4 straight in aims for the Hawkeyes, improving themselves to 45-22 in the Cy-Hawk series. So, Cy-Hawk Trophy stays in Iowa City. Iowa is 14-3 in its last 17 rivalry trophy games. Those games include Iowa State, Minnesota, Nebraska, and Wisconsin. I'm going to tell you this. My favorite Hawkeye right now is Sleep Dalton. I love that.
Sleep Dalton?
I love that punter.
I'll tell you what, he has a leg on him, doesn't he?
He can boot, man. Averaged 47.2 yards on 5 points. He had 2 punts of 50 and 51 yards. I think he's averaging around 46 now for the year. So, I mean, it's going to be a bye week, and everyone can see that secondary needs the bye week. They got to get healthy for Iowa. So.
Yeah. You know what I wanted to do today?
What's that?
And I told you about it at the beginning, but I want to do it today.
You want to do it? Okay.
What I want to give my power rankings today.
Oh, and then we can compare
that way,
tomorrow?
when SI comes out tomorrow, no one can say, well, T-Ray tried to copy anybody.
Okay.
So that way, then everybody can yell at me for a day. So maybe we'll do that after we do our pick 6.
Sure.
Or not our pick 6, but our pick the lines.
Yeah, our guess the lines.
But we do have to go over our pick 6s. We have to. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to.
Long day on Saturday. You had the halfway to St. Patrick's Day at Harrington's.
Oh my God! I wish I would have brought my list of people to thank, man. And I know I'm going to forget some of the sponsors out there. I'm just going to go over some of the major ones. Champs Trophies, downtown Bettendorf. Great people. I'll tell you what. Went down there and I ordered some trophies for our fantasy leagues. So they did a great job. They donated every one of the trophies that were out there. So we had male, female winners of age groups all the way from youth to senior. Congrats to our winners. We got a 3-peat going on. I think a 3 or 4-peat in the male division. Dan Bischoff.
Yeah.
So yeah, dude can fly, man.
He sure can.
He was sub 7 minutes. He was running, or no, he was a sub 6 minute. He got in under 18 minutes. So he was sub 6 minute mile. He was trucking. Our friends at Minuteman Press, they did such a good job for us. Every year, Bi-State Barricades comes through. I jokingly said we really had a lot of help from the Bettendorf Police Department, and I told everybody at the race, if you get pulled over, you probably did something wrong. It's your fault. They do great work. All the people that volunteered, the Fountains, Silvercrest Garner Farms, and Chris and CJ Ward always sing the national anthem for us. It was great. Classical graphics with the shirts. And I know I'm forgetting tons of people. Voss Distributing, Driller out there helping out, Tony McAllister, all those guys. Every volunteer, you know who you are if you're out there listening, and all the other sponsors. There are just so many, and I can't even begin to name and think about. Harris Doors came through in the clutch, helping hang a banner. They cut a tree down that we usually tie the starting and finish line banner to, so we had to impromptu something. So we put a ladder in the back of a truck and made it work. But yeah, so you know who you are if you're out there, and if I forgot you, it's not because I meant to. It's just I don't have a list in front of me. I should have brought it. But yeah, it was great. We don't know how much money we raised yet, but we're assuming we should be pretty close to what we did last year. So, and last year I think we got up to $9,000.
That's awesome.
8 or 9,000. So yeah,
that's awesome.
All of that will go to Michael J. Fox Foundation, and we'll get things back to the future, Jay.
Hopefully. So I was up in North Liberty for a softball tournament, and the plan was our last game was at 2:30, and the plan was to grab something to eat somewhere, and then probably just watch the rest of the game, obviously. And then
did you get rained out too?
No, we didn't have anything.
Nothing there?
Nothing. So then we hear the rain delay when we're kind of close to finishing up the game, and when we finally pack, they start the game back up. So we're like, okay, let's go grab something to eat. So we go into Coralville and we get something to eat, and as soon as we sit down and order, the next rain delay hits. So we're like, finish the food, we're gonna go back, try to catch it, And luckily, so I didn't really miss much of it except for the beginning of the game. But I will tell you this: I don't know what it was like here in the Quad Cities. Serge, you can tell me. Troy, you were there. It killed business at that Buffalo Wild Wings in Coralville. I mean, killed it.
Well, as far as I witnessed, it probably hurt one. Because there was a big party there, and they were not there at the end of the game. I know that. Harrington's, it seemed like everybody just kept drinking. One guy I know one guy went from drunk to sober. I don't know how that happened.
And then back.
And then back.
Same?
Yeah, I think it killed Oscars too.
Okay.
But the different breed of Harringtons.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't know. It's just, I think a lot of people were just, so they didn't, who's that many people planning on having 6 hours of the day just to sit and watch rain delay.
I have never, I'm telling you it cleared out, I've never seen anything
Jay,
like this.
They're going to start doing something about football. These games are just taking too damn long.
Yeah.
Football's just got to do something.
Well, then there was, and I know I texted you, then I was getting texts from a friend who said that he's like, I got friends up in the box. They're talking about calling the game, and some were saying that Dolphin and Podolak don't sound too optimistic about this game going to be pulled off. Why? Where would be the? Are the referees getting time and a half? Where would be the?
I don't know. I went down to our good friend Maddie got married.
Yeah.
So I went down to her reception. So I think the game was still going. Actually, it hadn't started back up yet when I was down there, and our friend Mr. O'Neill had his. Mobile party experience out there in the driveway out in front of Front Street.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, our friends at Front Street were having good times. I think they had people out playing music outside, and then the mobile party experience was out there. So, I mean, it probably didn't get back going. I think when they finally started after the second delay, I think it was like 6:50 our time.
Huh.
So, yeah, I mean, it was something else.
Close game, closer than I said it was going to be.
Yeah, what did the dude predict your dude? What did he have?
He had him up pretty high. You mean Kobe?
Yeah, what was the simulator at? Curious.
Give me 1 second.
Because here's what we had. Longville, you're way off because you had Iowa State winning. So Longville, you're wrong. Kakert was the closest. He had Iowa 2017.
Yeah.
Jay, you and I were both in the 30s. You were 34-10. I was 30-14. Sergio, we never got yours.
I had 24-16, I think. Or something like that.
And then Lucy and Rosso were both 27-21. I mean, listen, the way Stanley was moving the ball in the first possession, which, dang it, I thought he would have, should have, could have got in the end zone. There were some dumb play calls, I think, too. I didn't like all those play calls. But either way, I
never do.
That's a good point. They won the game. That's all that matters. At least we didn't lose to to a directional school.
And they, Cody Hills on Twitter, it's @by Cody Hills. He's the guy that does the #IowaSim using the 2014 EA Sports, but updated rosters and everything else. I bet you the only thing he couldn't do was weather in this sense. As of Friday night when they did the simulations, it had Iowa beating Iowa State 31-17. Stanley throwing for 372 yards. He did not throw.
He had 31-17.
Yeah, 31-17. He did not.
Him and I were pretty close.
Stanley did not have 300 and that many yards at all.
Well,
so,
tis what it is, Jaybird.
Let's see. He was 22 of 35 for 201 yards. Purdy was 24 of 34 with 276 yards. Total offense, Iowa State got 418 yards on only 54 plays. Obviously, you mentioned the 51-yard pass and then the busted coverage, one in the third quarter, 73-yard pass. That's the young secondary. DJ Johnson was in on that 73-yard pass, by the way. He did not. He stuck to a man that he shouldn't have and stayed in the zone.
Yeah.
Congratulations for him, and he's going to be good. He's a redshirt freshman. But there was a lot of things that you would be pointing. If the Cy-Hawk Trophy goes into Ames, or stayed there with them because they won, DJ Johnson would be the one that we would be talking about today.
He'd be the GOAT.
Yes, he would. We talked also about our friends down at William Hill. They had prop bets for the game, and we talked a little bit about them. So some of the prop bets that they had: will there be a safety? Yes was plus 425. No was minus 550. There was not a safety. Will there be a successful 2-point conversion? There was. That paid out plus 300. So you put up 100, you would have won 300.
And there was more than 3 field goals.
There was the over that, so you would have put up 105 to win 100. And then first team to score first, Iowa's at minus 120. Longest TD score over or under 43.5. I think we all said over. Because this is when Rasa was in here. First score of the game was a field goal. That was at plus 125. So there were some good bets there. And there was also the will there be 3 unanswered scores? Yes was minus 175. No was plus 155. There was not 3 unanswered scores. So a strange game, weather-wise, everything else. You mentioned it. I honestly didn't even think twice about it till you said something. Iowa State should have had a 15-yard penalty coming in from that second.
Yeah. So if you were not watching the game or if you weren't hearing what was going on, the Iowa State fans stormed the field during one of the breaks and trounced all over the field. I'm assuming they're artificial turf Iowa.
Yeah. Security left.
Yeah.
They left the field to take cover, and the student section recognized it, and they went on the field and did a slip and slide at the 50-yard line.
Yeah. That's a penalty.
That is an unsportsmanlike conduct. I know it makes it sound like grumpy
They
old
were
men,
getting homer calls all day. They were getting homer spots. I mean, yeah, whatever. Anyway.
All right.
Iowa won.
All right, well, let's take our first break, and when we come back, let's talk about week 2 in the NFL.
Yeah, speaking of the NFL, remember if you're out and about, the Bermuda Triangle, they have the direct ticket at Oscars, Harrington's, and Pints, so you have 3 great places to watch the NFL action. And Oscars Pub is bringing to you on October 12th Beer Fest, an all-day event to celebrate beer and fun, beer pong, flippy cup contest, a Vans bread nugget eating competition, and that night they top it off with live music starting at 4:30 with the Bettermen, and then at 7:30 straight out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin, performing for the first time in the Quad Cities, Pat McCurdy, bringing the most high-energy act in the country and playing his standout hit, Sex and Beer. Tickets are now on sale through our Facebook page at Oscars Pub Facebook, and that's for $5. They'll be $10 day of. So make sure you get in, get your ticket. Remember, that's Beer Fest, Saturday, October 12th, Oscars Pub, 5027 Competition Drive in Bettendorf.
This is Adam Rosso from Hawkeye Headquarters, and you are listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
When storm damage hits, All Major Restorations is your insurance claim specialist. Loose or missing shingles, tinted siding, or damaged windows. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities works with your insurance company, making the process quick and easy. The insurance company has people fighting for them. Let All Major Restorations work for you. Residential, commercial, and industrial. There's a reason they have an A+ accredited Better Business Bureau rating. Storm damage estimates are always free. Visit amrestorations.com. All Major Restorations of the Quad Cities.
If you're running a business, how much should you invest in retaining your employees? First Midwest Bank has ideas. In today's tight labor market, keeping your employees is more important than ever. A First Midwest banker can help you determine what type of 401k plan to offer. At First Midwest Bank, they're not just bankers, but expert financial advisors. Talk to one today or visit wehaveideas.firstmidwest.com.
Online sports betting is here with EliteSportsbook.com. If you are an active Rhythm City Casino Resort Club member, go to EliteSportsbook.com now and follow the prompts to start betting. Not a Resort Club member? Visit Rhythm City to join today. Bet with Elite Sportsbook at Rhythm City Casino Resort or online now. More ways to get in the game with EliteSportsbook.com and Rhythm City Casino Resort. Must be 21. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
ESPN 1170 AM is the Quad Cities sports leader and your home of the local sports show. Don't hassle us, we're local. Listen for a chance to win everything from tickets to free food every time you win and pick up your prize at the ESPN 1170 AM Pepsi ticket window. We'll give you a free Pepsi for the road as well. It's like winning twice. Get more chances to win by downloading the ESPN 1170 AM app or by going to ESPN1170am.com.
From local to global, ESPN 1170 has you covered. Your Quad City sports show is here for you. Don't hassle us. We're local with your favorite foursome, T-Roy, Jay-Bird, Surge, and you. Weekdays noon to 2 on the Quad City sports leader. ESPN 1170 AM wants you to be an insider. Get access to great contests at ESPN1170am.com. Brought to you by Necker's Jewelers, where the Quad Cities gets engaged. From the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Line-X of the Quad Cities is more than a protective coatings company. Line-X has a wide variety of vehicle accessories, floor liners, splash guards, rain guards, bug shields, and cargo mats for those rear storage areas. They can also outfit that work vehicle with ladder racks, toolboxes, toppers, running boards, and trailer hitches to goosenecks or fifth wheel hitches, van organizers, and bulkheads. Whether your vehicle is new or used, stop in or call Line-X of the Quad Cities today and check out how Line-X can help you. Ask for it by name. Line-X.
The Quad City sports leader is always in the palm of your hands. Download the ESPN 1170 app today and never miss a thing. From the Quad City sports leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Remember, every Thursday night at 8 o'clock, it's live music night at Harrington's Pub. Enjoy the sounds of your favorite Quad City musicians and a cool acoustical atmosphere on the patio or indoors, hopefully outdoors for a while. You can hear all of your local favorite talent. And this week on the 19th, Chris and West, the Chris and West Show, a lot of fun. And we are back here in the Hassle Castle. Don't hassle us, or local. AM 1170.
All right, week 2 NFL.
You want to do our peak six? Or no?
Yeah, go ahead. Well, how do we do in the NCAA pick 6 first? Because we just talked about Iowa.
Well, we're about as crappy as most of the teams we picked, Jay.
All right.
Let's see. We both got Illinois wrong. Mm-hmm. They lost Eastern Michigan, unfortunately. Sorry, Huggy Bear.
Fart noise.
Ohio State, I got it right. You got it wrong. Stanford did not cover, and UCF, we both got that right.
Yeah.
We both took Clemson. Minus 28, we got that right.
Absolutely.
We both took Northern Illinois. Nebraska covered that.
Nope.
And we both took the Hawkeyes, and they did not cover the spread. Jay ended up 2-4, T-Ray 3-3, so we lost money.
I don't feel much better about the NFL either.
And then come the NFL. Well, you were on the Chargers. I was on the Lions. The Lions covered.
Mm-hmm.
You were on the Packers. I was on the Vikings. I don't know why I got cute with that. I should have taken the Pack. We were both on the Cowboys. Both got that right. We were both on the Steelers. Both got that wrong. Both on the Bears. Both got that wrong. And we were both on the Eagles. And we both got that wrong. Bears, though, by the way, we have a new, Eddie Money's dead, but now we have Eddie De Niro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true.
Eddie De Niro Panero, Serge. Yeah. It was a great win for your Bears, man.
Was it?
Heck yeah, it was. That's a tough place to win. Man.
Win's a win.
Listen, that defense.
Was that repping the passer?
Defense has Bradley Chubb. That defense still has Von Miller.
You saw what Pat tweeted, right?
What?
Anger.
He's
like, I know it's hard on the field, but all the defender has to do is not touch him, and that game's over. when he caught the pass. He's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's something else. Was it pass interference? It was to say, right?
Who's
Win's a win, right?
Win's a win. I've seen that called pass interference. I've seen it not called before.
Yeah.
Hey, the guy still had to make a 53-yard field goal.
I've seen it called and
That's
then
right.
overturned. I've seen it called and then call stands. So
Bears won. That's all you needed to know.
Well, you mentioned Atlanta beating the Eagles on Sunday Night Football, and with that upset, the underdogs went 8-6 against the spread Sunday, and it moved them to 9-6 against the spread in Week 2, and now they're 18-12-1 against the spread. The road team 9-5 against the spread. So yeah, the underdogs are faring well, and that usually is the type of thing that does happen. We see that quite a bit. The other thing that's going on is the unders are now starting. In Week 1, the overs went 9-7, but the unders bounced back crazily yesterday and went a whopping 11-3. So the three most lopsided over bets, which we would all probably agree to that. We thought the Chiefs and Raiders were going to be an over. Cardinals, Ravens would be an over. Saints and Rams would be an over. All went under with relative ease.
Well, what happened in that Chiefs-Raiders game? He throws 4 touchdowns in the first half, and then nobody scores second half?
Nobody.
I mean, that... Weird. I thought maybe that they had a rain delay in that one, too.
Mahomes was 30 of 44 with 443 yards and 4 TDs. Nothing in the second half.
I was waiting for an 8-touchdown performance.
If you include Thursday night game, which we will, between Tampa Bay and Carolina, the unders went 12-3 in Week 2. So it's worth looking into. I know the line has moved, maybe the over-unders moved like a point down there.
And I know we have a game tonight, too. We have
And we're going to look at some scores. So obviously we mentioned that Atlanta beat Philadelphia 24-20. The 49ers all over the Bengals in Cincinnati, 41-17.
Niners looking pretty good.
Hanson, Jimmy, 17-25, 297 yards, 3 touchdowns. We mentioned the Bears, 16-14 in Denver. Trubisky, 16-27, 120 yards. Joe Flacid, 35 for 50. The Detroit Lions, 13-10. Phil the Thrill, 21 for 36, 293 yards. Stafford throw for 2 touchdowns, leading Detroit to the win. Green Bay, 21-16. Aaron Rodgers, 22 of 34, 209 yards.
21-0 at one point.
Yep. Cousins did not have a very good game either.
Vikings had a lot of opportunities.
14-32 for 230 yards, Kirk Cousins was. Texans survived Jacksonville.
Yeah. Who's this new quarterback for Jacksonville?
Yeah, Minshew. We talked about him. Yeah, we like him.
I kind of like him, too.
He's from Washington State. He was like 5th in the Heisman voting last year.
Minshew
He's a 24-year-old rookie.
Well,
I think he was at Alabama. I think it was a transfer. And Mike Leach recruited him to transfer to Washington State.
He might be good.
He might be. Buffalo all over the Giants.
Oh, Buffalo.
Josh Allen, 19 of 30, 253 yards.
Giants, hot mess.
The Colts go into Tennessee.
Carl.
Jacoby, 17 of 28, 146 yards, 3 TDs. Indianapolis Colts, 19-17 winners there. The Seattle Seahawks, 28-26 winners over the Steelers. We talked about Kansas City, Oakland, 28-10 victory. The Rams beat the Saints, but score doesn't really tell the story. Breeze goes out in the first quarter.
He's gone 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Thumb surgery.
Teddy Two Gloves did not look good at all. 17 of 30, 165 yards for the Saints. I think he had a QB rating of a 10.8. Really, really bad. They're going to have a quarterback issue there if they're going to go with their other starter. Okay, Cowboys, 31-21 over the Redskins.
Keep rolling.
Baltimore, 23-17 over the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler Murray, 25 of 40, 349 yards. This is just the 4th time in history 2 Heisman Trophy winners have started at quarterback against each other. Lamar Jackson, 24 of 37, 272 yards, 2 TDs. So far, as for Lamar Jackson, he put up a combined 272 yards and 200. He put up 272 passing yards, 120 rushing yards. Since at least 1950, that's the most passing yards recorded by someone who also rushed for 120 more yards. Michael Vick is in that category. Randall Cunningham is that. Josh Allen's in that category, and so is Russell Wilson. Some guy named Tobin Rote from 1951 is there too, but who cares?
Yeah, I know that guy.
New England Patriots went into Miami.
Yes, let's talk about this. My buddy Serge owes me a drink.
I do.
I gave Surge 34 points. We all thought it was ridiculous.
Say that again.
I gave Surge 34 points. And what was the final score, Jay?
43-0.
Oh, jeez.
Could have given him 8 more.
They're like the Betty White of the NFL.
What?
Patriots.
Just don't get old?
No, they get old, but they just don't go anywhere.
Just stay good. Just stay good.
They're still there.
Through the first 2 games of the season, the Dolphins have allowed 102 points and only scored 10 of their own for a point differential of 92. That's the worst point differential put up by a team through their first 2 games in modern NFL history, tied with the 1973 Saints.
And that was at home. Guess where they go next week, Jay?
They go to Dallas.
Just feel so lucky.
The biggest optimist could point out that in 1989, the Steelers started their season with a minus 82 point differential, but end up going 9-7 with a playoff victory. I don't see that happening for these Dolphins at all. That was something else. Anybody? We mentioned Patrick Mahomes, 443 yards. Something else out there that looked up about that Arizona-Baltimore game. Cliff Kingsbury, the coach, of the Arizona Cardinals. His Cardinals, under his watch, become the first team since the NFL moved the goalposts in 1974 to attempt 3 field goals from inside the 5-yard line while trailing. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have the sack, man.
Oh.
You're within the 5-yard line trailing, and all 3 times you go to your kicker. You got to go for it eventually, right? You
got David Johnson, right?
Yes.
Okay. You got Larry Fitzgerald still?
Yes.
He's a very large target. He can still jump. I don't know. That being said, you guys want to hear T-Roy's power rankings? No? Yay?
Yes, of course.
Maybe?
Yeah. I'd love to. Let's go some power rankings, and then we get to go into our Week 3 Guess the Lines, brought to you by our friends at William Hill, Iowa, and Isla Capri in downtown Bettendorf.
Why don't we go into commercial, and then we'll come back, and I'll give my power rankings.
You want to do that real quick?
Yeah, it's called a teaser.
All right, we'll do that. All right, let's do that, and then
we'll get people hanging around out there.
That'll boy.
All right. Attention pizza lovers, we have exciting news. Van's Pizza and More has just opened near the TBK Plex at the corners of Middle and Forest Grove Road. They have so many outstanding daily specials. Monday, 2 large, 2 toppings, 2 liters of pop, and boneless wings for $7. I'm sorry, 2 liters of pop, $21.99. Boneless wings, $7. So if you're watching the game somewhere, get it delivered. All you have to do is call 563-232-1396. You can pick it up. It'll be hot and ready in about 10 minutes, or have it delivered. Delivery area is limited.
We had it last night. For delivery, yeah.
Yeah.
Right on Greenbrier there.
We got a little tab on a deal going, too, with them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Last night, they had $7.99 any medium.
That's right. We ordered a BLT. We ordered a Rizzo. We ordered a cheese because we had kids.
Speaking of Rizzo.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything about his ankle. Sprained it, right?
It's a pretty major sprain. I bet he's out a good 4 weeks.
Oh, boy.
Sprain's worse than a break there, sir. But yeah, make sure you get into Van's Pizza and More. 5023 Competition Drive in Bettendorf. Make sure you call them, 563-232-1396.
This is Coach Casey Earl. Don't ask us, we're local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
At a time of personal loss, we each express our feeling in our own way. Whelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory recognize that no one service is right for everyone. That's why we offer various options for the most appropriate service, the most fitting farewell, and personalized attention to detail. Whelan Presley Funeral Homes and Crematory, Rock Island, Milan, Reynolds, and the Knox Chapel.
Line-X of the Quad Cities is more than a protective coatings company. Line-X has a wide variety of vehicle accessories, floor liners, splash guards, rain guards, bug shields, and cargo mats for those rear storage areas. They can also outfit that work vehicle with ladder racks, toolboxes, toppers, running boards, and trailer hitches to goosenecks or fifth wheel hitches, fan organizers, and bulkheads. Whether your vehicle is new or used, stop in or call Line-X of the Quad Cities today and check out how Line-X can help you. Ask for it by name. Line-X.
If you're running a business, How much should you invest in retaining your employees? First Midwest Bank has ideas. In today's tight labor market, keeping your employees is more important than ever. A First Midwest banker can help you determine what type of 401k plan to offer. At First Midwest Bank, they're not just bankers, but expert financial advisors. Talk to one today or visit wehaveideas.firstmidwest.com.
ESPN 1170 AM is the Quad Cities sports leader and your home of the local sports show. Don't hassle us, we're local. Listen for a chance to win everything from tickets to free food every time you win and pick up your prize at the ESPN 1170 AM Pepsi ticket window. We'll give you a free Pepsi for the road as well. It's like winning twice. Get more chances to win by downloading the ESPN 1170 AM app or by going to ESPN1170am.com.
The weekend at Augustana College leads off Saturday the 14th with a men's and women's soccer doubleheader at Thorson Lucan Field. The women host Beloit College at 1:30 and the men tangle at 4. Or you can catch women's tennis as they welcome Illinois Wesleyan and Wartburg on the lower campus courts. Then it's all about family weekend on the 21st. Fresh off a big win, the football team plays host to Elmhurst and a 6 o'clock kickoff. For complete game information, visit augustana.edu. Augustana College, a family-friendly front row seat to big-time small college sports.
The best dollar-for-dollar pre-owned value in the Quad Cities. It's yours at the McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport. On the phone, Gavin McGrath.
You've heard football teams called a powerhouse. That's the McGrath Used Car Superstore. Unbeatable value.
Take it away, Coach.
You start with selection and savings. Over 2,500 quality pre-owned vehicles. Payments from $167 a month. Shop the Quad Cities' best selection of certified used trucks from $10,988.
The experts say it's the best used truck buy you can make.
Great lineup, great value. Pre-owned Silverados, Sierras, Rams, F-150s. Certified used trucks from $10,988.
The McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport makes it easy to trade.
We trade for anything, regardless of mileage or age, and you're going to get top dollar. But no firearms or spouses, please.
But what about someone who's fumbled their credit?
All credit applications accepted. Nobody works harder than our credit team to help get you approved.
Unbeatable. The McGrath Used Car Superstore of Davenport, 4618 North Brady Street. Log on McGrathAuto.com.
Golick and Wingo in the morning. Dan Lebitard when you get to work. Don't hassle us, we're local for lunch. Spend your day with a Quad City sports leader. ESPN 1170 AM.
We're back, and we're reminding you it's voting time with Locals Love Us. Get in there, vote for our show. Don't hassle us, local. All our show sponsors. Just go to localsloveus.com and follow the instructions. Real easy to do. Right, guys?
Yes, sir.
I mean, vote for 1117. Vote for Oscars. Vote for Pints. Vote for Harrington's.
Mm-hmm.
Vote for Van's Pizza and More. Vote for Front Street Brewery. Vote for Done Right Satellite. There you go. And as promised, we're coming back. And T-Roy has his Week 3 power rankings because I'm just getting tired of Jay coming in here with these SI ones that suck. No, I'm not getting tired of it.
Questionable.
I just want to. I want to get out ahead of it. I want to get out ahead of it.
Don't be nice about it.
I'm gonna start doing mine the day before, so that way that they can't say I cheated them. Okay.
Did you go 1 through 32?
I just did. I'm 1 through 14. I mean, anybody below 14 doesn't matter right now.
Okay.
I mean, come on. Let's just be honest.
Okay.
All right. All right. Well, who do you think I have number 1, Jay?
I think you have the New England Patriots at number 1.
Absolutely. They looked good against the Steelers. They obviously blew out the Dolphins. They still look like the defending Super Bowl champions. Nothing's changed, and they've added Antonio Brown. So, woof, 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 woof. All right. At number 2,
Kansas City.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah, I would have guessed the Cowboys.
Dallas has looked very impressive in the first 2 games. Not that Kansas City hasn't, because right behind Dallas, I do have the Chiefs. I could argue, and you could make the argument, those two could be flipped. But the Chiefs did only end up scoring 28 points yesterday for some reason. I don't know why they let off. And I just think Dallas has a little bit better defense than the Chiefs. So, we'll see where those two end up next week. At 4, I have Jimmy's LA Rams. 2-0.
Okay.
Tough road win, I think, against Carolina. Carolina now looking a lot beat up. Take out New Orleans.
Jay, you mad about that game?
That NFC South is garbage.
It's going to be garbage because Tampa Bay is going to win that division.
All of it's garbage.
Is that the game you knocked you out?
Yeah. I hate the NFC South now.
Jay's on the survivor pool.
Yeah, we mentioned that.
Would you take the Eagles?
No, remember? We talked about it on Friday.
Oh, you took Carolina.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, you had the Rams at 4. Starting out 2-0. I don't know what to make of this team yet. Their defense does look improved. I'm going to give the Packers the 5th team. Right now, 2-0, leading that division. Aaron Rodgers does look good. Defense does look a lot better. At 6, I have the Baltimore Ravens. This team could move up come next week. I'm still not that week 1 win. Not going to give them too much credit for that. But, and they beat Arizona week 2. So I'm not 100% sold on the Ravens yet. At 7, the Seahawks. Squeak one out week 1 at home, but then go to Pittsburgh. Tough road environment. Beat the Steelers.
Come on.
Come on, man.
Mason Rudolph.
Just saying. And then, at 8, the San Francisco 49ers. Jimmy G.
They should be up 1-1.
Getting it done.
They should be up in front of Seattle.
I feel, they could be ahead of the Ravens, too.
What was that, at 8?
And at 8.
At 9.
At 9, Jay, your Buffalo Bills.
That's who I was staring at. I was wondering if you're gonna put him in your top 10.
You're darn right. They're undefeated.
Yes.
They did them both on the road.
Yes.
Buffalo Bills looking impressive. They got a rookie running back. The second-year starter, Josh Rosen, does not look bad. Or Josh Allen. Allen, yeah. I'm sorry. You know I always mess those up. Not looking bad right now. At 10, they still have the best defense in the NFL. We got to figure out what's going on with that offense, but that defense is still good. The Chicago Bears.
Oh, that is such a play to your crowd pick.
Why is that a play to my crowd pick?
It just is.
All right, then I'm going to give you my next.
To put him at 10?
I'm giving you my next 4.
Put him in the top 5.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
I can't argue that too much.
Okay.
All right.
They got work
outside
to do.
looking in.
Houston is
outside looking in. This is what I have. I have at 11 the Chargers. Still a good team, I think. Lost a tough game on the road. Don't know what's going on necessarily. The Chargers always end up slipping somewhere where they shouldn't. That was that one where they shouldn't. At 12,
it's hard to win on the NFL on the road.
The Philadelphia Eagles. This team could be dropping more. A lot of injuries last night. Who knows what's going to happen with this?
Who did you have at 11?
Disgusting.
I had the Chargers.
Okay.
At 13. Speaking of a team I don't know what to say about or do. I mean, they had a lot of opportunities yesterday and couldn't capitalize on them. The Vikings. What Kirk Cousins is going to show up? I don't know. From series to series.
He's not.
And then at 14, I just stopped there. I have the Colts, Jay.
Over Houston?
Yes, I have the Colts over Houston. An impressive road victory. An impressive road victory at the Titans.
Divisional game.
Yeah, divisional game. I thought the Titans were going to win that game handily. They did not. Got to give credit where credit's due. I was down on these guys. Jacoby Brissett got it done. They won on the road. Colts are at 14. And everybody else below that just doesn't matter right now.
17 and 28.
They are either 1-1 or 0-2.
Who'd you have at 3 and 4?
3 and 4 with the Chiefs and the Rams.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So Houston is maybe in number 15? Maybe.
Houston could be 15.
So the Steelers are not.
I would either say Houston or the Titans. Right after the Colts, I would put the Houston. I'd probably put the Titans and then Houston.
All right.
So you're saying Pittsburgh and New Orleans, both without their quarterbacks, are not even the top 14.
Teddy Two Clubs was awful.
Yeah.
Serge, everything's changed. I mean, I mean, New Orleans is a completely different team. That just changes everything. They're done. And he's not coming back for at least 6 weeks. It's going to be 8 weeks. He's an older man. There's no way that thumb's going to get that better. That's just throwing hand. I mean, there's no way, guys. I'm not worried about it.
Can't use a strong hand.
Yeah. Big Ben, no. And that changes everything in that division right now too. I mean that's the Ravens division to lose right now, hands down. Browns, we'll see what they're all about eventually, but We'll see tonight. But they just did not look impressive week 1, and that was at home. So who knows? But I don't know. I like what I do with it. I look at what's going on currently.
I think Cleveland will roll tonight.
You think?
Yes.
I got a funny feeling the Jets win this game.
No.
Really?
No, Trevor Siemian is not going to be the guy for them. Not one bit. He's just by the numbers alone, it's Trevor Siemian. Like,
Darnold's out.
Yeah. So we had Siemian, basically we're looking at 2016, 2017 as 2 years in Denver, right? 2016 threw almost 500 passes for the Broncos, averaged 7 yards per pass, posted 18 to 10 TD to interception ratio. So a QBR of 49.7. Not too bad
Can
for a
I
young
say
QB.
something?
2017 he regressed through 350 passes for the Broncos. He dropped his average down through more interceptions than touchdowns and saw his rating plummet as well.
Who was his coach when he threw really well? There in Denver. Same guy's coaching him now. Isn't it?
What?
I'm almost positive. This guy was a coach at Denver during Demaryius Thomas. Guy's coaching it's Gase, right? Adam Gase?
No, Gase wasn't in Denver. Gase was down in Miami.
Yeah, but he was a coach at Denver. Him and Demaryius Thomas have a connection.
Okay, that's fair. It's something to look into.
Okay? I'm just saying.
He didn't play last year at all.
All right, just remember this. Remember when Case Keenum sucked?
Yeah.
And then he led his team to the NFC Championship game?
Okay.
Just saying.
They're kind of the Jets
just
are
saying,
kind of
Jay.
I know.
All right.
You're not backing the Browns at all though.
I don't know what to think about this team yet.
Well,
lofty expectations. We'll just see how T-Roy's power rankings stack up to SI.
Yes. That'll be tomorrow. I
guarantee this. They still have the Eagles at like 4. Eagles got beat up last night. Big time. I mean, they took a lot of injuries. Calf strained Alshon Jeffrey. That stinks. I got 0 points out of him. 0 points out of O.J. Howard in a fantasy league.
Yeah.
That'll do you in real quick, like.
Julio just worked their secondary, even on just 5 receptions. Okay, so let's do week 3. You ready to do week 3? Guess the lines?
Yeah.
All right, so I won week 1. We tied week 2.
Yes.
There's going to be some interesting games. I do not have a lot of road favorites. I'm telling you that right now.
Neither do I.
Okay.
I have 2.
Thursday night game. Jacksonville hosts Tennessee. Divisional game. You mentioned your boy Gardner Minshew at quarterback for the Jacksonville Jags. The 24-year-old rookie out of Washington State. Got a sweet mustache. 5th in the Heisman voting in 2018 season versus former Heisman Trophy winner Marcus Mariota. Tennessee comes into town. I've got Jacksonville at a big old -2 favorite.
I got him at -3, Jay.
Gave him the good old-fashioned push, the home cooking.
I gave him some home cooking. Sergi, what do we got?
I got to think that Tennessee's better on a neutral field.
Jay's going to get this one. It's Tennessee -2, your first road favorite.
I do not like that. I like the home dog.
Wow.
I want to take a look at. We're going to take a look at week 3 and see how home dogs.
Jacksonville played Tennessee tough.
Jacksonville played Tennessee. What do you mean?
Or,
I mean Houston.
Houston tough.
Yeah.
All right. Oh man.
Gardner, man, he slings.
I'll take Jacksonville plus points all day on that one. That's surprising. Okay.
I like the points there a lot too. You're not kidding. I'm interested in this Cincinnati at Buffalo game. I'm going to ask you something. Do you pick up Andy Dalton in the fantasy football league? Threw for 400 yards and over 300 yards back to back in week 1, week 2.
Well, if you had Drew Brees, you do.
That's good. That's fair.
All right. If you had Drew Brees, you do. If you were thinking Kirk Cousins was good, you do. Yeah, I mean, he's a viable start right now. He's getting the ball to Ross. He's getting the ball to Tyler Boyd still.
Mm-hmm.
You got A.J. Green coming back. This team might not be as crappy as I thought, but they're still 0-2.
Oh, they're still crappy.
Yeah.
I'm just
throwing
saying
up points crappy, though.
Yeah.
That's all you need. What do you think in this game, though? I like this Buffalo defense is it's tough.
Well, I know Buffalo's number 9 on your power rankings.
That's right.
And I know that they're good enough for 3 points at home, but I think they are a better team. And I just gave him Buffalo -4 at home against the Cincinnati Bengals.
I did -4.5.
Oh, boy.
This one's going to T-Roy. It's Buffalo -6.
Ooh. That's bingo.
People see an 0-2 Cincinnati. This is where Vegas is looking at this, the public.
I think 6 is too high.
The public is going to see an 0-2 Cincinnati and a Buffalo team that is 2-0 and come off of, the come-from-behind win against the Jets and just a beating on the Giants. That's a complete public play, and I like that, actually. I like the Bengals at +6 here. I do like Buffalo's defense. We're not going to lie about that, but come on. I mean, you can't 400 yards against the Legion of Boom, and what I think it's like version 4.0 in Seattle, but they're still good.
Yeah.
Their defense is. And so in San Fran, their defense, they had the number 1 defense after week 1. So, all right. You got that one, though. I like the points there, though. I think that's too high. This is the interesting one, and this is how this gets interesting.
I saw your Twitter.
Our
See
friend,
if you stick to it.
That's where I was going to get to. Our friend of the show, Matt Erickson.
Yeah.
He put on Twitter. He's like, all right, they just got worked. The Dolphins just got worked 43-0. Now they have to go at home. Now they have to go to Dallas. They have to play the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas -400.
What's the line? I think he threw out. Did he throw out 23?
I think he threw out. Yeah,
I'm sticking to mine. I'll give you exactly what I wrote on Twitter.
Yep.
And I was being serious, and I'll stick to it. But then I'll tell you what I think it probably is. But I'm sticking to it because I wrote it on there, and I didn't want to be like that guy. Be like, never would be that way. New England was 19-point favorites, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the road. You've got to do the exact same thing for the Cowboys, who look just as good. Then you get 3 points for being at home. And then just because it is Cowboy Stadium, AT&T, whatever you want to call it, open air stadium is it open now so God can look down anymore?
Well, he can still.
In the opening credits of the show, Dallas, you got to give it a little bit of that scratch, that half-a-point scratch. This would be incredible. I think this might be the largest spread at home in recent history, -22.5.
I went -21.5 because I thought Jay was being a little overexcited. But Serge, I would not be surprised if this is -24.
I bet you it's less than that. I bet you it's in the teens. But
T-Roy is going to get it. You guys are both very close. It is -21.
Wow.
Lordy.
Wow.
And I don't think that's enough.
Should we make our bet again?
How high can you go?
How high will I go?
How high will you fly?
How high is too high for the Cowboys? How high?
All right, let's play the game.
Okay.
Dallas -27.
Higher.
Dallas -30.
Higher.
Dallas -33.
I'll take that.
Dallas -33.
All right, same bet.
All right.
Ugh. I owe you 2 shots. That's going to be good.
Yeah.
So Dallas -21. Okay. So
Because
T-Roy,
Dallas'
you got
defense
that.
is... Do you think their defense is better than New England's?
It's hard to say right now.
Dallas defense is good.
I think their
I
defense
just
is better. I think New England has an offensive edge, and
Kellen Moore looks legit. Like he's going to be a head coach, and
Jerry,
what's the over/under?
He's calling some good stuff.
Is it next year for the lame duck clapper, or do they give a 1-year extension to let him?
The thing what Jerry's been doing is he's been making sure that his assistants are paid like head coaches. So if it's up to Jerry, Kellen Moore will never leave Dallas if that's how good he's been.
Give the clapper 2-year extension, maybe of 3, and let Kellen Moore, and then hire Kellen Moore.
Saving the clapper's job right now. I mean,
I agree.
The kid's smart, man. He's calling, and Dak just is matured or something or whatever it is. They're just comfortable together. Look good, and they're not even it's not even they're leaning that much on Zeke. Just go out and get us 6 yards here, 4 yards there. You know, Zeke didn't have a big run yesterday of anything, and he still ran for like 110 and a touchdown. like 20-some carry. I like what they're doing, man. I'm very happy, and the defense is holding its own. So,
all right, Green Bay plays host to the Denver Broncos.
Yeah, like I said, an improved defense in Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers is healthy, looking good. That offense, I was expecting them to score a lot more points yesterday once they were up 21-0. But, well, the Vikings do have a good D. But, I mean, what do you think with Denver? I just don't know what to think, you guys.
Joe Flacid.
I know.
I don't.
They have some weapons. They just, that Bear defense is good. You can't just measure what they did against the Bears and call it that.
I thought their defense was going to be better. Denver's.
Yeah.
That's disappointing for them.
Yeah. I don't know, Jay. In this one, I'm pretty high in Green Bay.
You should be.
I went Green Bay -9.
Whoa. That's a lot.
Yeah. It's on the road. I think they're a touchdown better team. And it's on the road, and then I took a little bit off just because maybe something goofy happens. I don't know. I made it -9.
Two teams that the public loves to bet on. And
Steelers in the pack.
No.
Oh, these two?
Broncos. Yeah, but they're in the but you didn't mention Steelers as well. They're up there. Public loves to bet on them as well. I've got Green Bay -5.5.
T-Roy's going to get this one. It's Green Bay -8.
Wow. That's almost disrespectful to Denver.
Well, Joe just doesn't look good, man.
Week 3 though, that's a lot of points. I better make a comeback here. That's 3 in a row by you, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. T-Roy's on again, off again relationship with the Indianapolis Colts. He didn't like him at all. Now all of a sudden,
I'm trying to make it to Mitch.
Now
so
all of a sudden they're looking a little pretty.
Man.
He's warming up into him. He's flirting with the Colts, everybody, and the Atlanta Falcons come into town.
All right, here's the deal. I think the Falcons are a better team, but maybe not by much. I got the Colts favored by 1.5 in this.
You got the Colts favored by 1.5?
Yes.
Oh, you're probably going to get this, and it's going to make me very angry. I think on a neutral site, Indianapolis is a better team, and then I gave him 3 points. I gave him 3.5. Colts. -3.5.
And what'd you have, T-Roy?
1.5.
You guys are going to tie. It's 2.5.
Yeah. I take the Colts there all day.
What's going on in Atlanta?
I don't know. That defense looked really good last night at times, and then, a few little ding-dong plays there by Atlanta in the red zone. His arm got hit for an interception. I mean, they end up winning the game anyway, but I don't know. They're always different. They're a different team.
Three interceptions is a lot.
They're a different team on grass than they are on artificial turf. Yeah. This is an artificial turf. I think, I don't know. I'll know more. That is a game that I'm really interested in watching because I want to see who's really who in that one.
All right, Baltimore at Kansas City.
It's gonna be a fun game.
This is gonna be a fun game.
T-Roy's number 3 versus T-Roy's number 6.
He's already out there. I love him.
My Lamar Jackson versus his Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes cooking.
What is the over-under at this at currently, Serge? Is it at 61?
It's a good question.
That's just off the top of my head. And I think it should be more.
Let me find it. That's going to take me a second to find.
All right, Kansas City at Baltimore. Listen, Baltimore... this is a game I had circled going in here. Baltimore gave Kansas City a pretty good game last year. But Kansas City is... just every week it's somebody new. Last week, Sammy Watkins, right? And this week, DeMarcus Robinson. 6 receptions, 172 yards.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes, 30 for 44, 443 yards. They just keep finding the weapons.
Even Kelsey this week had a good week.
I went Kansas City -6.
We're in the same boat. I went 5.5.
Okay. I feel that's a good number. I feel like people have seen Baltimore has, but I think it probably will be a little higher just because of public. Because Vegas knows they can put it a little bit higher and the public will bet it. But I felt
Sergi, what do we
a
got?
nice conservative answer at 6 was good.
-6.5, Kansas City.
Jay, you got one.
Yeah. All right. Minnesota plays host to the Oakland Las Vegas Raiders. Minnesota looked really good week 1 at home. Didn't look too good on the road in Green Bay.
Well, they're going against a superior quarterback on the road. At home, their defense is a lot better. Oakland, this will be their first road game. Listen, they only put up 10 points against Kansas City, and we always say Kansas City has a bad defense, right?
Yes.
Oakland doesn't have a chance in hell here.
No.
I went Minnesota -6.5.
I'm higher than you than that.
Okay.
Like what I'm seeing out of Dalvin Cook in Minnesota. And thinking about what they gave up receiving-wise, I think Stephon Diggs could have a big game. I got Minnesota -8 against the Oakland Raiders.
Jay's going to get this one. It's Minnesota -7.5.
Dang it.
I think that's a good line, too. I think that's a good line. All right. Divisional game. New York Jets on short rest with Trevor Siemian going to be leading them into New England. New England Jets. I went conservative because I don't think the Jets are the Dolphins.
No.
I went back and forth on this. Obviously, you can see it's scribbled left and right all over the place. And I finally settled on -10. New England -10.
I went -9.
Okay.
What'd you have, Jay?
I have New England -10.
Jay's going to get this one. You guys are both way off, though. It's -18.
Jeez. What?
That's...
Okay. Wow.
That is insane.
All right. Well, Jay, we're all knotted up now.
Okay.
Actually, you're ahead of me. You beat me by 1.
Okay, let's do the last of the noon games and we'll take a break, okay?
All right.
Okay, Detroit at Philadelphia. Two teams trending in opposite directions in your eyes, T-Roy?
I believe so. I think, Detroit has been playing scrappy. They should technically be 2-0 right now.
The NFC Matt's division.
Yep. Kakert, you're now wrong. They won the first game of the year. They might not be as bad as we think. And Philadelphia is beat up. Detroit's going to test that secondary just as much as Atlanta did. And I think Detroit might have a better defense than Atlanta. So, that being said, Philly's probably still considered a better team in Vegas. And I gave Philly -4.
I'm right around the same area you are. I gave him the home field at -3 and said it's just probably a better team, and I gave him -3.5. I agree with you 100%. Even though they might be trending in opposite directions. Carson Wentz looked good in the second half. He didn't look so good in the first half. And he's been a tale of two halves so far this year.
Well, he's a tale of two quarterbacks. He's very up and down.
So maybe
from
need
year
to look
to year even.
Yeah, the first half line at Detroit. So you have -4. I have -3.5. Serge, what do we got for line?
It is Philadelphia -7.
That's too much. That's too much.
I agree.
That's way too much.
All right, we're going to go to break, and when we get
no
back...
No respect for the Matt's division.
When we get back, I'll do the rest, or we will do the rest of our Guess the Lines. All right, everybody, make all of your Sundays fun days at Pints with $2.50 20-ounce domestic drafts, $3 you call it, and live music from 6 to 9. Pint supplies the party. You supply the fun. Check out the lineup, man. We rocked last night with Jordan Danielson. Way to go, buddy. This coming Sunday from the Fry Daddies, my boy Dave Ellis will be out there rocking and rolling. Really cool. And then rounding out the month, Doug Big Undies, Brundies. I want to see how big his undies are. And then don't forget, every Monday through Friday for happy hour, Pints has complimentary Vans Pizza. That's right. 5 o'clock, large pizzas get delivered to Pints from our friends at Vans Pizza and More, and you get a chow on them for free. And that's why they last. 5 o'clock, Pints, 5268 Utica Ridge Road.
This is UFC Hall of Famer Pat Miletich. You're listening to Don't Hassle Us.
we're local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
In business, is it better to build your way to growth or buy your way? First Midwest Bank has ideas. It's a critical decision and different for every company. A First Midwest commercial banker can help you weigh your options. Because at First Midwest, they're not just bankers, but expert financial advisors. Talk to one today or visit wehaveideas.firstmidwest.com. M&A momentum, strategic momentum, business momentum. First Midwest Bank.
Online sports betting is here with EliteSportsbook.com. If you are an active Rhythm City Casino Resort Club member, go to EliteSportsbook.com now and follow the prompts to start betting. Not a Resort Club member? Visit Rhythm City to join today. Bet with Elite Sportsbook at Rhythm City Casino Resort or online now. More ways to get in the game with EliteSportsbook.com and Rhythm City Casino Resort. Must be 21. Gambling a problem? Call 1-800-BETS-OFF.
Rallies and Checkers has a new cheese-loaded burger. You know, it's what's on the inside that counts. And we think we're onto something. Something ooey, gooey, and stuffed with spicy pepper jack. Something filled with flavor, so you can eat your fill. Did we mention it's topped with even more melty goodness? Yeah, this is next-level delicious. It's a cheese overload. Think you can handle it? The new cheese-loaded burger. Just $2.99. Rallies and Checkers. Fast foodies know the deal.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand?
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't.
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike three.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot.
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
In case you haven't heard, Lou Jack's Nissan is now Tilton Jack's Nissan. I'm Travis Tilton. Although we aren't affiliated with Lou Jack's, we are located in the same location, North Park Auto Plaza. As an owner, I want you to know we are locally owned and take pride in providing the best values. Our sales consultants are not paid on commission. Instead, they focus on helping you find what you need. Right now, we are offering your choice of leasing a new 2019 all-wheel drive Murano or all-wheel drive Rogue SV for just $286 per month with zero down. That's $286 with zero down. When it comes to service, we provide our highly trained technicians at rates that everyone can afford. With that said, we provide service on all makes and models, from wiper blades, tires, and brakes to engine replacement. Oh, let's keep this simple. Appointments are nice, but when life happens, you can count on no appointment service. Right now, take advantage of half off brake jobs, or buy 3 tires and get 1 free. Yeah, you heard that right, half off brake jobs. So stop in or visit us online at TiltonJacksNissan.com. That's TiltonJax Nissan.com.
From the Sheedy Family Chiropractic Studios, this is the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM, KPOB, Davenport.
All right, Quad Cityans. We don't talk about it enough around here, but our boy Serge has a bar called 1117, if you know what I mean. Sergi, tell us what's going on this week. Anything fun?
Oh, let's see. We got Doug Big Undies Brundies on Thursday night.
You think those are 44 or 42?
46 long.
Okay, that's what I thought.
And then Craig Smith plays there on Sunday afternoon evenings. So those two are our set ones, and then we fill in some other live music acts on Fridays and Saturdays, but those are the 2 set ones.
All right. So, and it's real easy to find. It's at 1117
Mount Street.
There you
It's
go.
the name, it's the address. We celebrate the time of day. We have a good time down there.
I'd like to call it the Quad City's best house party I've ever seen.
That's right. It is. Keep it simple. Little blue house down the village.
It's got a beautiful little porch. We just sit out there and look at the neighbors.
We're in the middle of week 3 guest lines. Give everybody a season-long recap. I won week 1, we tied week 2. So far, we're done with the Thursday and the noon games. What's the
I'm just excited. Dazzo's here. We were just talking good about his Lions.
I said I gotta go.
Get his mic on. Get his mic on.
What is the what are we sitting at though between you and I about this?
We are all nodded
Jay
up.
does not want to talk about me. He wants to focus on himself.
We're all nodded up.
We are 4 and a push.
All right.
So we are all knotted up at 4 each with a
I can't
push.
wait to hear what Daz has to say about these afternoon games. And he gets
Well, hey, he's happy. This man should be just tickled pink with the performance by his Lions.
Randazzo, the state of Iowa allows gambling now, sports wagering.
Yeah.
I just want to catch you up to speed in case you.
I had no idea.
Yeah, you don't know any of this. And then.
So you can put money on sports?
Yes.
What? What's the world coming to? I had no
It's
idea.
crazy though. What they'll do is they'll adjust the line though, so it's not just a normal 0-0.
Yeah.
So like they'll be like, hey, this team's 3 points better. So and you have to figure it. You have to do math to win money.
Which would probably help our public and our youth system if we got that involved and worked in a little bit. Yeah.
Nope. Square dance.
No. So what we do every week is we do guess the lines. I think you're aware of it.
That's so true. Why do we teach square dancing? We don't teach sports gambling.
Teach me how to do my taxes. For Christ's sake. Tell me about health insurance.
I used to be terrible at math. I'm really good at it now. There's only one reason why.
That's
because of gambling?
Yes. I'm not kidding.
Square dance. Get out of here.
Before we went,
Don't see no, it ain't not bigger than a hurdy.
Sing your part.
do the get up. Before we went to break, what was the final line on that Detroit game?
Yeah, Detroit.
That's ignorant.
Detroit
7?
+7.
Yeah, I
plus
saw it.
7.
Yeah,
I'm all over that.
I
Beat
hate
up Philly team.
I hate betting on my team, but I might have to do it for the second week in a row.
Boy, you sure hate it.
I also like winning money, so.
All right.
All right,
Well,
the
we're
afternoon
going to keep
games.
going.
Carolina Panthers at Arizona. Over under amount of field goals.
By the way,
They're
the
gonna
best,
kick.
the best GIF I saw out there in
Was
the world.
Whitney Houston looking
Yes.
like I knew it? What was it? Was
Cam looks like Whitney
Cam
Houston
Newton's,
from The Bodyguard with that head.
his costume? Like he said, his outfit looked like Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard.
There was one that was pretty cool that was like, he actually said wearing that, like, I need to look at myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
And then wearing that, he
forgot to look at himself in the mirror
you do
before he
need
left
to
the
look
house.
yourself
You
in the
need
mirror.
to, because whoever's giving you your fashion
I
can't throw the ball. No more.
God, I missed you guys. Gee, Christmas.
Neither one of these teams are in T-Roy's top 14.
No, they don't deserve to be. They're both garbage, hot garbage. What do you think here, Jay? Carolina. This is where Arizona gets their one victory now, and I'm going to be wrong.
Jay's not real happy with Carolina.
I am not happy with Carolina.
Yeah, of course
and I
he's
do not
not.
like the way that Vegas is going to go with this. And
What would you do?
I think in a neutral field, Carolina's better.
You do? Yeah, I do.
But as
not
of right
by a
now,
lot.
yeah, but not by a lot, exactly. So I gave Arizona -1.
Well, we're going to push, because so did I. But what is
Okay.
it, Serge?
Carolina's favored on the road, -3.
Nope.
That's dumb.
Home dog.
I will definitely,
Nope.
definitely take Arizona.
Definitely.
Dude, yeah.
Definitely, yeah.
Arizona's going to win this game, you guys.
Arizona's going to win this game.
I'm
They're going to
sorry.
stop kicking
You guys,
field
are just
goals.
you guys are just repeating yourselves back.
I know.
Like
You
each
guys are
other.
just repeating yourselves back and forth.
They were -1. I'm gonna bet on them. I'm gonna bet on them. Vegas is
Definitely.
definitely.
That's about what happened. Yeah.
Good radio.
That's about it. That's my recap.
You start finishing each other's.
They're gonna, yeah. They're gonna,
You two are cute.
Thanks.
they're gonna stop kicking field goals. Kyler's gonna talk to his roommate,
Who's his roommate?
his coach, Cliff Kingsbury. They're like
they
Cliff
live
Kingsbury.
together?
No, Cliff looks like he's. I know he's older, but he looks like
they
he's
got
about
bunk
their age.
beds.
Yeah, they're bunk beds. When
Okay, I get top.
when you automatically start lobbying for the job, when you're kind of getting fired from Texas Tech, saying if I had the number one pick, I'd take Kyler Murray.
Kyler
Night.
Murray.
It's Cliff and Kyler.
He is not big enough to sleep in a bunk bed. Kyler Murray. He's got to be a certain height, and he's not.
Well, he's got that. He's got that ladder.
Exactly. He's the top bunk, obviously. He's top bunk, obviously.
Jay and him are the same height till Jay shaved his head.
Yeah, it's true.
You look handsome, Jay. I haven't seen you with it shaved.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Dazzo.
Missed the mullet.
I appreciate it. All right.
The Giants. Speaking of hot garbage.
The Giants at Tampa Bay. I did not go down. I did not
And
go.
a
I don't
team
think-
on the rise. My Bucks.
I don't think I gave Tampa Bay enough credit here. I gave them their stupid home field advantage and just gave them -3.
Well, we're both stupid then.
Okay.
Serge, what was it?
Tampa Bay -6.5.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Vegas is not big on the Giants at all.
They shouldn't be.
No. No, you're right.
What is their problem?
Eli Manning, coaching staff, front office.
But I know we went
Beat by two
Wraps it up.
Got beat by 2 touchdowns at home against the Bills.
Bills aren't bad.
Right, but
the Giants aren't good.
Winning by 2 touchdowns in the NFL anymore is like a blowout. Like every game is close. So to win like that, that's. And then if you win by 43, then you're the Dolphins. Or if you get beat by 43.
Did you hear our game that we played?
Yeah.
Like how high will you go on?
Is it just because I'm a degenerate and I know all the lines? It's like 20, isn't it?
It's 21.
21 now?
It's 21. Now, Serge and I last week, he gave me 34, and I took the Patriots for a drink.
So
this week,
New England's minus 18. Dallas is minus 21. This week.
Yeah,
so
this week.
So last week it was.
That's
New
what I meant.
England.
Okay.
Yeah, and we said, yeah, I'd still take that. So we just kept
Why
going
does the greatest team in the world get to play in that division? Like, why are the worst teams in that division?
I don't know. It makes life a lot easier.
Why do good
Doesn't
things?
it?
Yeah.
I mean, if you can basically chalk up 6 victories as like, oh well,
They start the season 6-0.
We don't even have to play that hard.
Yeah.
It's not their fault.
No, it's not. It's not
I mean,
at all.
some of those teams in the division that have had
Buffalo's going to
good
give them
seasons.
fits in Buffalo.
Can we play a game here real quick?
We are right now.
About how the
Are you
Patriots
changing
are
my
going to go.
games?
A game within the game?
Yes, a new game. About how the Patriots are. We'll wait till afterwards. How the Patriots are going to go 16-0.
They could.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Look at the schedule.
That's what I was just pulling
Yeah.
up. Like as I'm talking to you guys. Like.
What's the hardest game?
Well, let's finish this and then we'll do that.
Well, and they got the Dolphin win out of the way early too, because the Dolphins just like to play spoilers to protect their perfect season. So they got that one taken care of. Who's going to beat them?
I'm looking at the Giants. I'm trying to figure out when Daniel Jones is taking over. And I know I said it. I'm just trying to
after
find
the bye?
I'm trying to find their bye week. That's the thing. That's when we
Patriots at Baltimore.
Daniel Jones takes over after this week because he comes in around the second quarter.
They got
I'd
Dallas
say
at
bye
home. They
week.
got Kansas City at home.
We'll get to it after
the
the
Bills
show.
at home.
After
I
they
mean-
guess the lines. We'll definitely because it's insane.
All right.
All right.
Houston, we have a problem at the Chargers.
Their only problem is Bill O'Brien.
Well, their problem is their quarterback's too small to run.
What are you talking about?
Deshaun Watson doesn't have the body type. Look what happened to Cam Newton. He's a huge man. Deshaun Watson's not a huge man.
I'm not going to sit here and listen to you talk about D-Dub that way.
Well, I don't even think he knows your name.
He doesn't. 16 of 29, 159 yards. Well, against Saxonville? You're not going to give the respect to Saxonville?
No.
And Gardner Minshew?
No, Gardner Minshew.
God bless you.
There you go. All right. Houston at Chargers. I gave the Chargers -4.
I did -3. Serge, tell me I got it right.
-3.
Come on. Why? The Chargers are a better team than Houston. And a neutral field, right?
No. Not right now. Chargers they need a wake-up call right now.
I don't think that's right.
Where's the game at?
L.A.
The Chargers don't have a
That's
home.
not a home. That's not a home.
Yeah,
field.
that's the thing.
That makes
that's the thing. They're still not. They're not getting much.
That's my dumbness.
Okay.
All right,
My
Pittsburgh
dumb.
at San Francisco. Now,
Here's the deal.
would the Steelers be favored on the road if Big Ben was there?
I do not believe so. The Steelers have a better chance of getting things done with a backup than, let's say, the Saints. Okay. That being said, the Steelers aren't going to be good enough to beat some of the teams that are really good in their division, which is one. But they're going to play tough. They still have a decent defense. They have weapons.
Who? Juju? Dante Moncrief?
Yeah.
Mason's got to get him the ball.
James Conner.
Just hand it off to him 100 times.
Okay. That being said, I took the Niners at home -5. They're still a 2-point better team.
See? We're paddling in the same boat. I took the Niners -5.5.
Serge.
What'd you have, T-Roy?
5.
Jay's going to get this one at San Fran -6.
He sucks.
That's right.
I got one exactly right, though, Jay.
I think I may have.
That's 2 stars.
Thanks.
New Orleans at Seattle. How many points is Drew Brees worth?
The New Orleans.
Teddy Two Gloves.
Does Sean Payton pull a miracle? Do they put in that Hill guy and have him quarterback?
He calls him the next Steve Young.
Hill.
Yes.
I don't know.
This is what my mornings are like when I get to watch Get Up and get to hear Greeny talk about this and then Rex Ryan argue about Teddy Two Gloves and some dumb stat about how he calls him the next Steve Young. I don't know. Sure.
Yeah, whatever.
Was it Peyton Hills?
Tony Hill or whatever.
I got Seattle -6.
Wow, I don't think you went high enough. I took Seattle -9.
Both too high.
Really?
Seattle -4.5.
Yeah, as news, are they waiting to see? Have they not exactly said what's going on?
No.
They just said there's speculation
They
out
got
there.
that, huh?
He's out for 6 weeks.
For sure now.
Yeah.
Yes.
He has to have
So
surgery.
Vegas hasn't caught up
ligament.
yet?
They probably have. The Saints got a decent defense, and they have running game, and it hasn't been all Drew Brees all the time. He's really, really good. Don't get me wrong, but I think there's something to be said about like they don't have. I don't even know who the Lions' backup is or the Bears' backup is. They have at least a backup you've heard of.
Yeah,
But with all that said, I'll probably take the Steelers -4.5.
All right, the Rams at Cleveland. Welcome to your first road favorite.
Well, we already had two.
On mine, though. I said I only picked two road favorites.
On mine, too.
Yeah. I have the Rams at -4.
I have them at -2.
I like this. Did your chair just go down? It does that every once in a while. It's interesting. Keep you on your
Yeah,
toes.
-2 and -4.
Mhm.
That's gonna be a push. It's -3.
As soon as Cleveland works the Jets tonight, that'll change. And then the Monday night game. The Bears at the Washington Redskins. Talking about meeting up with Kakert and watching this game at one
Really?
of the casinos, if you're free. I know you probably.
That's kind of like a backhanded invitation. It's like, hey, we're planning on doing something really fun. You want to go? You can.
Well, I started on Wednesday.
Actually, he told me that.
Okay.
Kaker did, but I have something going on. I couldn't do it.
Sounds like you just have anything going on.
No, maybe I don't. I'll be over there if I can.
All right, Chicago on the road at Washington. I do have Chicago favored, and congratulations to Adrian Peterson for moving up to number 5 in the career rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, he won't get one this week.
Okay, I got Chicago -3 on the road.
I got a -1.
That's it?
Yeah.
Jay's gonna get this one. It's Chicago -4.5.
Yeah.
Wow.
Washington's bad.
Well, I lost to Jay. Sucks.
Week 3 looks like odd weeks are for me, and even weeks are for pushes.
Oh well, that'll fix itself. Real
That-
quick.
that will, it fix
once
itself.
Vegas gets along hold of my power rankings. Now that I got them out there.
All right. Well, we got to take a quick break. We got to talk to Daz. We got to catch up about Week 3 in high school football. We got to take a look at this Patriots and someone tell me how they don't go 16-0.
Yeah, we got to do that first.
And then we got to talk about the Iowa game with Dazzo and catch up and what's going on in the crazy world.
We could talk about Mitch Trubisky, too. I mean, if you guys want to.
Sure.
Talk
Why
about
do
whatever you want.
What do you have?
Because I've been banging that drum for 2 years that he's dog crap, and I didn't think I'd be proven right this early, but...
Then Mitch was doing Mitch things, huh?
All right. Well, here we go. Front Street Brewery is the oldest brew pub in the state of Iowa, and it's nestled beautifully along the bank of that mighty Mississippi River. Serving Davenport since 1992, they have so many great beers like the Davenport Gold, the Wise Guy, the Raging River, and the oh-so-popular Cherry Bomb Blonde. You can check out the Facebook page for all their drink specials or go to the webpage, www.frontstreetbrew.com. Right now, the tap room is open in the Freight House complex, so get down there and enjoy some of the beers. And we know coming up in about a month, the restaurant will reopen. So those are our friends from Front Street Brewery.
This is Bobby Metcalf from the Quad City Times, and you're listening to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local.
ESPN 1170 AM.
Leaks, ruptures, nooks, cranny, crevice, tooth. You've got those wet basement blues. Call the absolutely dry guy. Call the absolutely dry guy. Put that water back in its place. It's time to reclaim your living space when you call the absolutely dry guy. Or visit us online at absolutely.dryguy.com. This was brought to you by Absolutely Dry Basement Waterproofing.
ESPN 1170 AM is the Quad Cities sports leader and your home of the local sports show. Don't hassle us, we're local. Listen for a chance to win everything from tickets to free food.
every time you win and pick up your prize at the ESPN 1170 AM Pepsi ticket window, we'll give you a free Pepsi for the road as well. It's like winning twice. Get more chances to win by downloading the ESPN 1170 AM app or by going to ESPN1170am.com.
Everyone loves a good 2-for-1 special. Donate to your local Ronald McDonald House charities, and your local McDonald's will double your donation up to $100,000. That's double the love and double the family served. Starting now, your local McDonald's will match your donation up to $100,000 when you give online or in store. It's that easy. What are you waiting for? Text Ronald to 50155 or head to your local McDonald's and give to the Ronald McDonald House charities.
At Crawford Company, we specialize in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. Sports, on the other hand?
Hey, Crawford guy, go long!
No, I can't.
Here comes the pitch to Crawford guy. Strike 3.
Come on, Crawford guy, take the shot.
Sports may not be our specialty, but home comfort is. Crawford Company, plumbing and drain cleaning, heating and air conditioning.
In case you haven't heard, Lou Jack's Nissan is now Tilton Jack's Nissan. I'm Travis Tilton. Although we aren't affiliated with Lou Jack's, we are located in the same location, North Park Auto Plaza. As an owner, I want you to know we are locally owned and take pride in providing the best values. Our sales consultants are not paid on commission. Instead, they focus on helping you find what you need. Right now, we are offering your choice of leasing a new 2019 all-wheel drive Murano or all-wheel drive Rogue SV for just $286 per month with zero down. That's $286 with zero down. When it comes to service, we provide our highly trained technicians at rates that everyone can afford. With that said, we provide service on all makes and models, from wiper blades, tires, and brakes to engine replacement. Oh, and let's keep this simple. Appointments are nice, but when life happens, you can count on no appointment service. Right now, take advantage of half off brake jobs, or buy 3 tires and get 1 free. Yeah, you heard that right, half off brake jobs. So stop in or visit us online at TiltonJacksNissan.com. That's TILTONJAX Nissan.com.
Don't hassle us, we're local. Noon till 2 on the Quad City Sports Leader, ESPN 1170 AM.
Welcome back to Don't Hassle Us, We're Local here on ESPN 1170 AM. I'm going to remind everybody that you can download the app to get notifications, breaking news. You can listen to our show on your phone. Same thing, you can listen to us at ESPN1170am.com. You can listen in your car, on your transistor radio, or you can even listen and leave comments on the Harrington's Pub comment thread on our Facebook live show. Randazzo is in.
Guys, I'm sorry.
I didn't know he started, and I'm like, "What are you doing? T-Roy's not here."
He always does that to me. He was just go to the bathroom.
He had to fill his vodka cup.
No one will know you're not here.
Yeah.
How'd you know it was vodka?
Who'd you start talking to in the hallway?
Myself.
Yeah, right. You got busy doing something in the
Thermostat.
Thermostat, yeah. It's actually nice in here. We were looking at the Patriots schedule and trying to figure out how they're not going to go 16-0.
All right, what do we got left?
All right, well, so obviously we already talked about that this week they've got the Jets, right?
Win.
And then they're at the Bills.
Win.
At the Redskins.
That could be tough, though.
Win.
Yes, definite win.
So then I know they have to go on 4-day rest as well, but Thursday night against the Giants at home.
Win.
Then on 11-day rest they're at the Jets.
Win.
They're going to scalp the Redskins, by the way.
Can't say that.
Oh.
You can't? Then home against the Browns.
Win.
Why'd you hesitate?
Thank you.
I just was waiting for him to say it.
Okay. At the Ravens.
That could be it.
First game in November at Baltimore.
But here's the deal. I mean, we all know what happened last year. The Chargers went there and shut them down. You don't think Bill's going to come up with a way to shut down a running quarterback who doesn't have...
Yeah, that offense hasn't done anything against anybody good.
Yeah, but...
Bingo.
Outside of playoffs,
they've had
New England and primetime games, and this is a 7:20 game, they're not that great. But still, win.
I think a win.
Then they have bye week.
Yeah.
Then they're at Philadelphia.
Win. Especially if Philly gets beat up.
Here it comes. At home against the Cowboys. November 24th.
Go ahead, T-Roy.
Well, that's a loss.
There it is, huh?
No, listen. They're going to be favored to win that game. Dallas is going to have to play a perfect game to win that game.
Their two toughest games.
They're going to have to. And
their two toughest games are at home, and that's the Cowboys on November 24th, and then the Chiefs December 8th against the Chiefs December 8th at home. Is
this right before or right after Thanksgiving? Right before, isn't it?
The Cowboys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be tough for Dallas to win there. I even had it marked down as a loss for Dallas at the beginning of the year. Just unless it's some sort of injury happens.
It's the NFL, and so they'll lose a game somewhere along the way. One of those four, just because that's just the way it is. But
will they?
I mean,
they've went 16-0.
I wonder what before. Is there? You got to be a little bet on everything. You'd think there'd be a bet up in Vegas about that. Probably not until they get to be like 7-0.
Who's after Dallas then? Is it back-to-back? Dallas?
No, then they have the Texans. They're at Houston.
Yeah, I mean, because the Ravens on the road, the Texans on the road.
What if they go all the way to the last game of the season and the Dolphins pull out a miracle to stop them from going undefeated? There's your storybook ending.
No. No.
Come on.
What if the Easter Bunny hops in the door right now?
Storybook ending.
All right, what's that? So it was Dallas, Houston, then who?
Dallas,
Kansas City,
Houston, Kansas City at home.
Okay.
At Cincinnati, home against Buffalo, home against the Dolphins to round it out.
Yeah, I mean, Kansas City could give them fits too, but
they'll be favored in all those games. I don't know if they go 16-0, but they'll be favored in all those games.
Unless they have a detrimental injury,
Yeah.
they will be favored in every single game the rest of the season.
No.
Big word, detrimental.
And that means Tom Brady gets hurt.
Right.
I don't even think there's anybody else.
Yeah, they looked unbeatable.
I mean,
before.
like two of the receivers.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be like a lot. They'll go sign somebody's practice squad dude, and they'll still keep on taking.
Edelman and Antonio Brown.
Well, Brown might be in jail by then. There was another one that came out today.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, there's like a second accuser now.
Are you kidding me?
Of course.
So, according to Twitter. I haven't.
Yeah.
So
Erickson says, "What if Belichick gets hurt?"
He can cheat from the side. I mean, he'll be fine.
I'm just gonna watch the game from home.
So yeah, they'll probably.
Billy, do you have a heart attack? I'm going to talk about a heart attack right now. We're focused on the Chiefs.
Do the Patriots play like in Mexico this year? Why do I feel like they travel somewhere? Not London.
Oh, not them, man. They're Trump supporters. They're not going south of the border.
All right, I don't know if that's true, but we just threw that out there.
Hey, come on, that's kind of funny.
They're Kraft and Trump are tight, aren't they?
Oh, they all are. I don't know. I don't think they do play anymore.
No, I don't think they all are. I don't think Antonio Brown and, and Trump are tight.
I think they are.
I don't think they're all tight with Trump.
Him and Puff Daddy were at the wedding.
Yeah, no, they don't. I'm sorry. That's the
Did
Chiefs.
Puffy change his name? It went from P. Diddy, Puff Daddy,
Sean
Diddy,
Combs.
Sean Diddy Combs. That guy's had a lot of names.
Let's.
Here, hold on. Coming in, I'm like, I wonder what we're going to talk about today. None of the things I thought about have we've talked about today.
Daddy's nicknames.
Can we talk about the Iowa game?
Yeah, that was fun.
Okay.
Nah.
Did you guys see Mitch King's tweet?
I don't believe
I
so.
think he said, like, my wife promised she'd drink with me till the third quarter. And then said that laugh out loud.
Yeah.
Because that was like 7 o'clock at night. Something along those lines. Yeah, it was made for an interesting
Did you
day and
see,
evening.
dang it, I can't think of the basketball player's name.
Tyler Cook.
Tyler Cook.
That was
Did you
pretty.
see his
That was
tweet?
pretty.
Who was at the?
He was filming.
He was at the game.
They all hate me. Look at him.
Yeah, and he was like, we win and all this stuff, and he's just kind of like panning the crowd behind him, going and they're just glaring at him.
Yeah.
I think it was a fantastic football game.
Yeah.
I think it was. It's typical Iowa winning a game that's how they win football games, and you get frustrated during it, and you wonder, if they're being too conservative or not taking shots and all that kind of stuff, and then next thing you know, they win 18-17 because instead of going for it on 4th and 4 or 4th and 1 in the first quarter on the very first drive, they kicked that field goal. I mean, those points added up, and they ended up winning the game. Biggest play of the games was, it was 4th and 23. They were down 14-6. That place was going crazy, and Stanley hooked up with Smith Marset for like a 30-yard gain and a first down. 3rd and 20. I might have said 4th. 3rd and whatever it was. if they don't get that there and they have to punt the football, that could get out of hand real quickly. So that's a huge play. This turnover series always comes down to turnovers and special teams, and it literally came down to that in one play. But still, Iowa didn't turn the ball over at all, and they did a good job on special teams and field goal kicking and Keith Duncan and all that kind of stuff. It was a typical big Ferentz era victory where they conservatively went up to Ames in a great atmosphere and won a football game.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much more to say about it. You nailed it on the head.
Again, you see the same things I did from the Iowa notes. Turnovers is what you mentioned. Iowa has not had a turnover against Iowa State since 2015.
That's crazy.
And obviously, I mean, that's it. They haven't had a turnover. They've won every game. So that's what it comes down to.
The thing with Iowa, too, is if you look at this, their bye week, I think when the schedule came out, you're like, oh, an early bye week. That's just not, ideal for a team. This comes at a perfect time.
Absolutely.
Because the injuries that they do have aren't season-ending injuries. They're injuries that, you're probably getting Hankins back next game if you want to play him at that time. You're probably getting the Mayweather back if you want to play him. Brents and Riley Moss are close. You're probably getting them back for Michigan. So you almost have, and you hate to overlook Middle Tennessee State, but you almost have 2 weeks to play with before you go up to Michigan, and we'll see where they're at because they almost lose to Army. They go to Madison this weekend.
That's going to be a big one, yeah.
For a huge game. So, I mean, this bye week comes at a really good time, and they're 3-0. So you sit back. They got the job done, what they needed to do. They just find ways to. I mean, one of the biggest plays of the game was the young safety from Dowling, corner.
Okay.
Knocking that ball down instead of. I mean, just little things like that. How much smarter a play is that?
It was very.
If he catches it, he probably goes out of bounds at the 10. If not, he's probably going to get tackled at the 10, 15-yard line. Knock it down. It's fourth down. You get the ball at the 40. That's. I mean, it doesn't seem like that big a deal, but there's plenty of time there that if I was punting from the red zone, anything can happen. So just little things like that. DJ Johnson struggled early, but he still played well. I mean, he still played well throughout the game. 2 big plays, but that Iowa defense is bend and don't break, and you take away a trick play and a 70-yard bomb. Other than that, they gave up 3 points.
That was blown coverage on the bomb.
Yeah.
Can I ask you this? Did you guys think that was intentional grounding on the play that?
No, because his arm got hit.
That's what I thought too.
And I was going to ask Don Umblin, a buddy of mine. We just worked out earlier today, and I was going to ask him. I completely forgot. I thought that didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah.
It made no sense.
Yeah, I thought it was. There were some few.
Will Matt Campbell ever beat Iowa? And I don't mean that in like a trolling, nasty way for Iowa State, but they go to Iowa City next year. How long is he at Iowa State? I mean, obviously, I'm not trying to. I mean, I'm not starting anything, but obviously, he seems really happy there. And why go someplace else where you need to get the job done or you get fired when he can write his ticket for life there? I mean, he's doing a great job at what he's doing. So they're going to be great. They'll be fine. They'll lose 1 or 2 more games. They'll win 8 games. They'll win 9 games. They'll be fine.
Yeah, and they'll go to the Cheez-It Bowl. That's great. I'm just saying that I don't understand.
Is there a Cheez-It Bowl?
Yeah.
But relatively,
Cheez-Its are delicious.
But look at. Did you see the picture they sent out of like history for Iowa, history of Iowa State, like and all the bowl games and stuff Iowa's going to done? That's not there for Iowa State. Like this is winning 8 games and going to bowl games. That's a fantastic thing for Iowa State.
I'm not taking anything away from that. I'm saying when you're like he can write his own ticket there. Do you want to stay there? Do you want to stay in Ames?
Well, I think you want to continue to get back. I don't think in 5 years, if you're winning 7 games and not beating Iowa, can you write your own ticket? But so far, so good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and we'll get back to, and this is the other thing I really want to talk about because I've fought like 2 battles for the last year. It seems like arguing with people, and one of them is the Mitch Trubisky one, and the other one's the Lovie Smith one.
Okay.
And so I always compare Matt Campbell and Lovie Smith because they came in at the same time. And they came in the same situations, and whether Illinois fans want you to realize it or not, they say their program was way low, way down. I think the year before Levy got there, they won 5 games. Iowa State didn't win 5 games the year before Matt Campbell got there. So in the same amount of time, he's already won 8 games twice and gone to bowl games and had big victories.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got, I mean, if you do that down in Illinois right now, you'd be thrilled. And then you have Lovie he's won 4 Big Ten games. Eastern Michigan's fine. They're an okay football team. You can't lose to them at home in year 4.
No.
You can't. Eastern Michigan has 3 Big Ten victories. They have 3 victories over Big Ten teams in the last 3 years. Lovie Smith has 4.
Wow.
I mean, it makes no sense. and that there's no attendance there. So I always look at the Illinois side of things and what Lovey's doing, and I'm not doing this to be an Illini hater or anything. If I'm an Illini fan, I'm as frustrated as all like what more do you have to see in order for something to be done and be changed? Now, obviously, you don't do something during the year that's silly to do and all that kind of stuff, and you don't fire somebody over one game. But is it any different in Illinois than it has been in 3 years? Like,
no. And
and it sucks for them. You know, when we had Ked in here, and he was pretty high on. He thought they would be 3-0 at this point, and he thought there was enough transfers coming in, whether they're JUCO or however it was working. But
in 3 years, all you've seen is people coming and going. You've seen coaches coming and going, and assistants coming and going, and players coming and going, and that's 3 years. It's 4 years now of this, and nothing's changed.
Right.
And Lovey Smith, think back to Bear days. When I say Lovey Smith, what do you think of?
Tough defense.
They have the worst defense in the Big Ten. How is that even possible? They finally found an adequate quarterback in the Peters, Brandon Peters, pretty good quarterback. How is a Lovey Smith team's defense the worst in college football? One of the worst. I think they were 126 out of 130 last year.
Oh no!
And this year they're not any better.
No,
I shouldn't say that. They're probably somewhat better. But I mean, now I'll probably come in next Monday and they'll be talking about they rushed the field after beating Nebraska. So I may be crazy.
From your lips to God's ears.
I may be crazy, and I don't do this to troll or hate on the Illini at all. They deserve a better program than what it is. And I get giving a guy time. I totally get that. This is year 4. If you get through year 4 and you've won, I think he's won 11 games total in 3+ years now. And
let's give him this.
How about Les Miles? How long has Les Miles been at Kansas?
2?
3?
This is his second year?
Yeah.
He's already got a better victory than Lovey Smith does, and he's at Kansas. They went to Boston College and won this week. That's better than Lovey Smith has ever done in 3.5 years.
But arguably, can't you say that they're both most known as basketball schools?
Absolutely. But if you want to...
Illinois had a football program for a while, though.
Yeah,
they were better.
Yeah, in the late 80s, early 90s, they were fantastic.
Kansas never had a football team.
And yes, Illinois is probably more of a basketball... Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's probably more of a basketball school, but they don't want that. Josh Whitman came as the we will win guy and took over that, and they don't want it. They're not going to punt on football. You can't punt on football in the state of Illinois. That makes no sense if you're going to punt on football and say, all right, we're a basketball school. No. Obviously, they're a basketball school, which hasn't been very...
They punted on politics.
So I mean, that was my... I mean, that was the... I mean, I've read articles now over... what is it? In Vegas. Before the season in Vegas, it was, will Lovey Smith be coaching Illinois after December 31st? And it was minus 170.
I don't think he'll be there. I said that from the beginning of the season, though.
Yeah,
I didn't care if he was. I think they're already eyeing other programs and other coaches.
And he's as classy of a dude as you'll find. This isn't anything about that, but college football is a bottom line business. It's about winning football games, and you can get away with losing to Eastern Michigan if you've had some type of success in the past. You can't get away with losing it with what's been going on. And they were losing 31-17. I mean, God bless them coming back, tying it up. But then they gave up a game-winning touchdown as easily as I've seen. Not touchdown, but a drive to get a field goal as easy as I've seen. So that's my rant about Lovey Smith.
No, I think it's a good one. And I think, I mean, fans should, it's hard to say, just like you said.
And Ked probably listened to that and was mad as all can be about, because Ked's a loyal dude and thinks it's turning around. And I get it, but you have to make baby steps to get there. You're not going to all of a sudden turn around and say you're going to go from 3 wins to 8 wins. I mean, sometimes it happens, but you need to see something. You need to see. You can't be in year 3 and lose to Iowa 63-0. Iowa doesn't score 63 points against 2 teams, bad teams. Total. They don't run up scores. He gets beat that's like anti-Kirk Ferentz. Kirk Ferentz, the last thing he wants to do is run up a score. And a Kirk Ferentz team scored 63 points.
Yes.
And that's at the end of year 3. You're not giving them anything for hope or to build on, and then you get mad because there's nobody in the stands. Why would there be? When Todd Licklider was at Iowa, were there anybody in the stands?
No, because he sucked.
Because they're fans. Not everybody.
They want to see victories.
Yeah, don't question loyalty because you go. I mean, there's a lot to be said about like if a team loses, you say I'm not their fan anymore. That's not loyalty. But you can be a good fan and say I'm not going to waste my gas, my time, my money. As me, if I'm an Illini fan and I'm a family of 4, I got 4 kids, and I'm going to make the choice of taking care of my business as a dad on a Saturday or spending my time driving to Champaign to go to a football game. I'm not going to do that.
Yeah,
I didn't watch football from like 84 to 89. Professional.
Why?
Cowboys stunk.
Oh yeah, like I'll watch it still. Everybody will. I mean, you should still watch them and hope well. My funniest thing is like a fan that can't like. Sometimes it's okay to say your team's not good. It's okay. I mean, that's being a better fan to say that your team's not good and they need to change things, and it is just continuing like kind of like trumpeting, "Hey, they're going to be okay. They're going to be okay." So,
what's your other? Let's jump up though to the NFL. Mitchell Trubisky. What's your argument that you've been having all weekend with?
Well, I didn't have it for all weekend. I've just been having it for all week. All offseason, I've told Bears fans that they're obsessed with this kicking stuff. They're just obsessed with it. They need to get a kicker. And some delusional area, they thought that they were in the Super Bowl and they lined up to kick a field goal to win the Super Bowl, and the guy double doinked it, and that's what cost them the Super Bowl. 1, they weren't close to the Super Bowl. 2, the reason they're in that position is because Mitch Trubisky was bad in that football game. And if you take away the Buccaneers game where he scored 6 touchdowns last year, and maybe the Lions game he had like 5, if you take those 2 games away, he was. I mean, the Rams game at home, the Vikings game, which they still won at home. Like every time you went drop back to pass, and I'm not even a Bears fan, I was like, oh God, what's going to happen? I am a expert of bad quarterbacks. I've seen the Joey Harringtons.
So is Chicago.
I know. I mean, so like, I'm not trying to like be mean or anything, but like,
no, you're not.
After this is year 3 at a point like. The Marcus Mariota, look at him, Jameis Winston. Like and as Bear fans can turn around and go, yeah, those guys aren't very good. Like those guys. I mean, they were afraid.
I like him better than Glennon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but like
that's about it.
The Bears were afraid to throw the ball forward yesterday. Like in the second half of that football game, they didn't want to throw the football.
How about how many passes did he attempt yesterday? 30 something? Not even.
Oh, I don't even think it was that. He only threw for 120 yards.
Right.
So it better not have been 30.
I think it has more to do with his weapons, you guys.
Attempted 27 passes.
27
No,
passes.
his weapons are. I mean, come on.
Is Allen Robinson really that good?
Yes, Allen Robinson's good.
See, but why can't we have a happy medium on going from 50-some passes to 27-some passes?
Yeah.
Like,
well, I just don't think they trust him. That was a whole thing about trust. Hey, he only has 1 interception. But I'm not. It's an eyeball test, and if anybody. And the best part was Twitter yesterday.
Right now, he's definitely not passing the eyeball test. I mean, I had him down in our rankings, but I have him still in the top 10 because of their defense.
Thank you. Right. Oh, absolutely. But if you put it in my mind, there's like, and I might be wrong, but there's quarterbacks that you win Super Bowls because of. And there's not a lot of them. There's like Brady, Rodgers. I don't even think Russell Wilson's in that conversation. I know he won Super Bowls, but they had a really good defense while he was doing it.
Right.
And then there's quarterbacks you can win Super Bowls with. And that's a lot. I mean, there's Matt Ryan you can still win a Super Bowl with, and then there's quarterbacks,
or at least half of it.
Yeah, exactly, most of it. And I don't know why I picked Matt. I don't know why I picked Matt. There's a lot of them in there.
Right, he's not that caliber of a quarterback that's going to lead his team to a Super Bowl.
And I don't. But then there's ones that don't need to lead. Like, good, that defense is so good, and they're not going to win a Super Bowl because of their quarterback.
I haven't written him off yet by any means, but I'm.
Don't waste your time, man.
No,
don't waste your time. Stop. Just write him off. That's bad. That's fine. You don't have to.
See, I'm not at that point yet, but I definitely don't. Like, he's not our guy. He's not our savior.
You just need a dude that they can be competent in that position, and it's frustrating because
I'm not dumb.
That
though.
guy.
Like, hey, would you rather have Mahomes or Trubisky? Duh.
Yeah.
Come on.
But honestly, go around the league and how many guys do you want more than? How many guys would you take more than him? Like if you went around the league and started saying this quarterback, that quarterback, this quarterback, that quarterback, which we could do, but there's not too many that I find myself saying, yeah, I mean, I'd take, like that was 2 games and they score, and this is with a coach and put some of it on his.
Well, let's go out of my top 14 rankings.
Yeah.
All right.
All of them.
Well, I mean,
almost all.
You want Brady.
Teams in the top 14 should have good.
You want Brady. You want Dak.
Yeah.
Mahomes.
Yep.
Goff.
Yep.
Rodgers.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson.
Yep.
Seahawks.
Russell Wilson.
Yep.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy G. You take.
Yep.
Josh Allen.
You have the Bills at 9 in your rankings.
They're undefeated.
So are the Lions. I hope you have them at 8.
Chargers. You'd rather have Phillip Rivers.
I'd rather Phillip Rivers. Phillip Rivers is the guy that you can win a quarterback.
You'd rather have Carson Wentz.
Yep.
Now this one's questionable. Would you rather have Kirk Cousins?
No.
I would.
No way.
I would say they're interchangeable.
I draw the line at Cousins.
And what about? And then at 14, I had Jacoby Brissett.
No.
And I would say right there. I mean, Biscuit is. Last year, I know 2 games, and you can't.
This isn't 2 games. I swear to God, this isn't 2 games.
You can't take those 2 games out because he did perform that well.
Absolutely.
Right.
And Joey Harrington scored through 5 touchdowns one time against the Buffalo Bills back in 92 or whatever. Doesn't mean.
I think the potential's still there. I don't know what's the disconnect right now. I don't know.
He looks scared. They look scared as a team, like you said, throwing the ball forward.
They just look.
Their touchdown drive, they threw 1 pass, and it was a pass interference. But it was crazy to me. And I'm not trying, I'm not trying to be a hater. Everyone knows I'm a Lions fan. I'm not trying to be a hater. That defense is fantastic.
I feel like we're watching the Mud Dogs here, and I'm cheering for the defense to be on the field.
It's just,
what do you think about new offense?
Did you guys feel better as Bears fans? Did you guys feel better with the offense having the football or the defense the defense being on the field?
Defense,
yeah,
pick 6, fumble, something.
I mean, Biscuit made it, but at the end of that game, Biscuit stepped up in the pocket, made the throw to get him the field goal.
You're right. He's awesome.
No.
That's just... He made a throw to a wide-open receiver, and they got down to kick the field goal.
He did, but he had to move up in the pocket. He's not the worst.
He's not inept. He's not inept. I wouldn't have made that throw. You 3 would have all made that throw. I wouldn't have made that.
No, I'd have got
they wouldn't
sacked.
Have been in
my fat butt couldn't move that fast.
If he was halfway competent, they wouldn't have been in that position. This is the Broncos team that lost. They lost to the Raiders last week. That's not a good Broncos football team.
I don't think it is
either. It's a decent defense. It is a decent defense.
Their defense
their defense is legit. So
it's still hard to win on the road in the NFL. The Bears won on the road.
I'll stop because there's 16 games and you never know what'll happen. All that kind of stuff.
I'm not a Bears fan, so I'm looking at it I'm like, I agree with you. He doesn't look good right now, but I still think it's not time to.
I would take Kirk Cousins over him in a heartbeat.
I don't know about that.
I'll give him about 2 more games here before I, sign off one way or the other.
Oh, and that's the thing.
He's probably going to give 2 average performances.
If they end up,
he'll be great next week. Once I talk to this, God hears me and says,
I appreciate it.
Dazzo, you're being a little too obnoxious. So here's a 5 touchdown performance, and then
who are they playing next week?
The Redskins in Washington.
Monday Night Football.
If they lose at Washington,
bite your tongue.
No, I'm just saying if they lose at Washington,
from your lips to God's ears.
On Monday night,
the Heat that next day on radio in Chicago is going to be on Biscuit, and it's going to be on.
It's already on. It's on right now. He's getting absolute. But there's guys on. I put that up on Twitter last night, and I got people yelling at me saying how he made the biggest play of the game.
If they lose at Washington
when
on
is
Monday
Boers
night,
and Bernstein on anymore up there on their radio?
I think they're
station?
both retired. I think.
No, did they?
Boers retired.
I will suspend myself from the show.
I don't know. I don't listen to that. I always listen to 1170.
Well, I just thought. Well,
AM 1170 ESPN KJOC.
Nailed it.
Okay.
It's all in there, right?
What about? Would you rather have Josh Rosen?
Yeah. Did we get the KJOC back? When do we get that back?
I don't know.
We're K-Bob. We're bobbers.
What about Gordon Minshew?
God bless you.
That's the greatest thing.
Mason Rudolph.
Are these all starting quarterbacks?
These are all starting quarterbacks. Welcome to your new starting quarterback.
Right, this is the new
quarterback for the
new
Steelers.
NFL.
Yeah. Oh, he is the. But that's like saying, I mean, you know what I mean. Like when you're getting to the point where you're like, ha,
Teddy Two
he's
Gloves.
better than Mason Rudolph.
Right.
It means like
Teddy Two Gloves.
It's Teddy Bridgewater.
Andy Dalton.
Oh, I know. I take Andy Dalton.
I actually would.
The Red Rocket.
And he's not. I mean, but their problem wasn't their offense. It was their defense is terrible.
Joe
But I'll be honest with you, I can't give any.
Joe Flaccid. I'll take
I won't
Biscuit
take
over
that.
Flaccid.
I mean, you don't need a very good quarterback if you're a Bears fan. I mean, you really don't. I don't. Chase Daniels
Well, Joe Flaccid is the prime example. He won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
All Biscuit's got to do is make remedial throws, which he did.
But I think the frustrating thing for Bears fans is when you brought in Matt Nagy, that was I mean, he literally said, we're not going to be like this anymore. We're going to have a high-powered offense and this and that, whatever. It's weird for me because I talk to my Bears buddies about this all the time. John Pace, is it John Pace? No, it's not. What's Pace's name? First name?
David Pace?
No.
Ryan
Pace.
Yeah.
John. So yeah, Ryan Pace made two huge trades, and I think the second one's saving the first one.
Yeah.
The first one was to trade up for Trubisky, and I think that'll go down as a bad trade. But the second one is the best trade ever to get Khalil Mack, because then you have one of the best defenses in football, and that's going to stay that way for as long as
At least
they
5
stay
years.
well, and they stay healthy and all that kind of
I'd
stuff.
say a good 5 more years.
They're not taking the ball. I have them in defense in my fantasy league. They're not taking the ball away like they did last year.
Yet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Don't worry. They don't worry. When the Lions come to town, we'll probably give them like 5. And
No way they
and
have
then,
as many
and the other thing I
takeaways as they
can't
did
do.
last year.
You know what they're gonna have what you said today on the radio up in their little bulletin. Look what ran down.
Yeah, well, like no, and I can't have a just discussion with friends on text or on Twitter about the Bears. I'm proud of you guys because this is a good conversation about the Bears without somebody saying Matthew Stafford.
Oh,
it's just they're two different conversations. Like,
and I can't stand Stafford.
Yeah, I know,
but I would take him though.
They would have won the Super Bowl with Matthew Stafford last year.
I don't know about that.
And they'd win it this year with Matthew Stafford.
I don't know
Tell you
about
what.
that.
Oh, I guarantee it. I would take
now
every.
now I know why.
They have the best defense in
Stockpile
football.
gets a job there. They do not
How
drug
about
test
this?
WQAD.
How about this? They would play the Patriots in the Super Bowl.
No, they wouldn't.
I'm not saying they beat the Patriots.
No, they wouldn't have.
That would be pretty sweet, though.
Their offense would be good.
It would be really cool to
and
see.
their defense is fantastic.
To get by the Rams and the Saints.
And we'll throw in.
Last year, the Rams and Saints were really damn good.
Really, really good.
How much fun would it be to see Clayton Kershaw in a Bears hat in the box?
Right?
You know,
On
because
Fox?
you know,
Well, they did go to high school
Yeah,
together.
they did.
Okay, so I'll probably there's a happy median there somewhere. Median in there somewhere. Okay,
All right,
but I'm.
Well, you really love Matt Stafford.
He's a really good quarterback, and most people not outside of this area
Boy, he
would
looked really good.
He's
when
just
he was,
got such a stupid
he was,
face.
He was throwing really good. He looked really good when he had when he would
No,
just.
I get it. There's some dudes you just don't like. I get it.
He just throws
He's
bombs
one
to
of those
Megatron
guys.
all the time. He looked
Right.
really good.
That was so long ago.
Yeah, but that's when he was really good.
No, it's actually he's been really good since then too. He was
don't
bad last year.
Thank you.
Also played with a broken back, but we don't want to get into Matthew Stafford talk. That's silly.
Boy, no. 'Cause
I remember the
you
biggest knock.
tricked us.
The biggest
Yeah, that's what he did.
the biggest knock.
Hijacked our damn show.
The biggest knock on him used to be that, or was when oh gosh, Julius Peppers. Remember, he cracked his collarbone.
Yeah.
And then he was like, he can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. He can't stay healthy. I don't think he's been hurt since Julius Peppers cracked it. That's a long.
But he hasn't been the same.
But that was the year like 2.
Was that long
Yeah,
ago?
it was like it was his like second year in the league.
What is Julius Peppers doing now?
He retired.
I don't know.
Just retired.
Hanging out.
Probably sacking a lion somewhere, either as a Packer or as a Bear.
He finished off as a Carolina Panther. Last year was his last year, I believe.
So
Okay.
but yeah,
He was a Panther forever, and then he went to the Bears, and then he went to Green Bay, and then I think he went back to Carolina, and then
Just
retired.
have like a healthy Julius Peppers and Khalil Mack together.
I'm just proud of you guys until the very end that I didn't have to talk about Matthew Stafford.
Yeah,
because I'll have like Cubs arguments, and then a buddy will be like, "Well,
Yeah,
the
speaking of the
I can't
Cubs.
talk about one."
Speaking of the Cubs, how
They're
are they
only
going to
2
do?
games back now, but without Rizzo for who knows how long.
47 runs in a weekend.
Yep.
They're
Yeah,
going to get
unreal.
shut. Take the under tonight, boys. I don't know
Shut
who they're
up.
playing, but take the under. They hit 14 bombs. Yeah, it was suddenly they're 2 back, and now Cubs fans can start going, oh gosh, if they would have won this game, or if they could hold on to that game, or if they wouldn't have given up the grand slam in this
Well,
ninth
I'll be
inning.
there Saturday.
Cubs cards.
Yep.
Good for you.
Rooftop, baby.
Oh no, so you won't be here Monday?
He's not going to be here Monday. Wait,
No, I gotta
2
come
weeks.
back Sunday
2
morning.
weeks he'll be here Monday. He'll be gone on Monday.
You're gonna come back next Monday?
Yeah. I get a golf in a couple weeks. 2 days in a row.
Where at?
I don't know. Somewhere fancy, and then somewhere with my wife.
You live a good life, T-Roy.
I try.
It's already like that was the quickest
Yeah.
time I've ever been here. I looked
So-
I'm like, I went that's probably early. I got to get out of here. I'm like, oh, it's 1:58.
Oh, we're almost done with the show.
The Cubs scored 16 runs against the Pirates yesterday, completing a 3-game sweep, which they scored 14 runs.
Cue the music. Jeez.
The Cubs are just the 4th team since 1908 to score 14 runs in 3 consecutive games. Yeah, I agree with you, though. Take the under tonight. What about tonight? Jets, Browns. Browns are -6.
And what am I betting on, or who wins?
I'm taking the Jets plus a 6, Jay.
Here's what I'll tell you. So
Okay.
real fast, I started my own sports gambling podcast
Cool.
with some buddies. It's called Dazzle and the Degenerates.
Yes.
First podcast was last. Yeah.
You're really now you're really using this as studio.
First podcast. I did 6 podcasts last week.
Yeah. I got one for you, Dad. So one of our friends of the show, Mikey Hart, sent us a message. Didn't even put in the comments.
Is he mad?
No, he said if you weren't a fan when we went 0-16, don't be a fan when we go 0-15-1.
God bless you, my man.
Right, we got 20 seconds now.
So yeah, just go to Dazzo and the Degenerates, and we already posted a prop bet for this evening. So go win some money. Go look at that. Did really good this weekend. Out of our 6 picks, we went 5-1. We won people some money. So see you.
Good for you. All right, guys, take care. You have a hassle.